presents the Dresden Files. Rod, one of our players from our Red Star Rising campaign, is going to run us through a little game that most of us have never played before, but some of us are actually fans of the genre. So we get to see how well that works out. So I will let him take it away from here.
Well, if you'd like to, Dan, I know you normally start with, who's sponsored, etc. I don't know that we're going to have any sound effects because I'm not good at that. But we are doing this on Roll20, same product that you use. So I guess we can start with that. And then if typically this Dresden game is published, it is an Evil Hat game. What we are going to be running is called Night Fears. And it is actually a free download on the Evil Hat website that they use as an introduction for the Dresden Files RPG. So if folks like it, hey, there's free stuff. And, I mean, it's free, so help yourself. I don't know if you'd like to do player introductions. I think everyone probably knows who we are at this point. But I think by way of character introductions, will actually be, since we have some partially built pre-gens, we kind of need to start the game by finishing those characters up. So I'd like to do that, unless you guys have any questions that you want to ask me before we get started.
No questions at all.
Are you there yet?
What is all of this?
Oh, you're going to get there. Wait for it.
All right. And then,
so
round break, I have another announcement that we can make then. So.
Okay.
Cool.
Here's our first question. Two of you used to be best friends, and you've had a falling out. Who are those two?
Okay.
Nobody wants to speak up?
Well, I mean, I can see me breaking friendship with somebody because I've decided to go all churchy into my belief system. Thank you.
Okay. So Terry and who else? So
you need to shut your face.
Here's what's nice. Since you said that you used to be friends with someone, you get to pick one of the others. We're not going to wait for them to speak up.
Okay. All right. We'll go with the jock who just opened his mouth right there.
Yeah, the one who's giving you that point. Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Yeah, no, this is going to be good.
So Terry, and I'm just going to kind of move our minis here so folks can see him, and Andy. Andy Drebeck is our jock in the making. Terry Jefferson is our devout follower of the shepherd.
I'll get him to believe.
I believe you.
We used to play mermaids together.
I don't know what that is. So, okay. So then the follow-up question to that is, what happened and whose fault is it? I have a pretty good idea what happened because you've already said.
Yeah, I realize that. I mean, you're just living a path that without righteousness, and you need to do the right thing. And when you're ready to join me and the shepherd, then I'll be here for you, brother.
Your shepherd can shove it.
Now, remember, we talked earlier about aspects. For those folks who are watching who are new to the Dresden Files, aspects are going to be those phrases that define the character, very similar in D&D to traits and flaws. They're going to be what drive some of the mechanics and make the characters do what they do better. And they're also going to complicate their lives, which is going to make things interesting. So it makes you good at what you do, and it makes the world around you interesting. Is there any sort of aspect that we can think of for either of you that comes as a result of this falling out? Right? Like, I think of one almost immediately, Tara, when you said, "I'm there for you, brother."
Yeah.
Okay. Believe it or not, that's a potential aspect of just, you know what, I'm there for my friends.
All right, let's roll with it.
Okay. So what you're going to do, if you would, is I have on your character sheet those 4 blank aspects.
Mm-hmm.
Let's fill one of those in and put, I'm there for my friends.
All right.
Typically, now when you're doing something mechanically that you're saying, hey, you're there for your friends, you're going to be better at doing what you're doing because, hey, Rod, I'm there for my friends. What do the rest of you think of the incident between the two of them falling out? right? I mean, this isn't a secret. Everyone knows they're no longer friends.
I think it's funny.
Bullshit.
I wouldn't be paying much attention to it. It's not in my books, so.
You think it? So Chris, right? Why would Chris think this is funny?
Do you need to?
I mean,
Mr.
I
Doc
think we
is always picking on me.
I would never.
Okay. So Andy? Why are you always picking on Chris?
Because
that's you.
He was. Yeah. I was looking, just making sure I was looking at the right person.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm disappointed in Chris because he's not living up to his potential.
Okay, you have some so people have high expectations for you, and you put high expectations on others.
Yes.
Is there any sort of aspect there? And by the way, for you guys, especially since you're all new to the fate system, aspects should not always be completely positive. Because your aspects, when they're used against you, are going to earn you additional fate points, which are going to let you do what you do better, more later on in the game. So is there an aspect that we have there that you're trying to make people live up to their potential?
I could say, because it kind of ties into my trouble.
Your trouble being great expectations. Everyone's put that on you.
Right. So projecting of great expectations, I guess, for others. I don't know. I'm trying to think of how to word that.
Yeah, and that's it, the wording. So, but there's something for projecting in there. And if you want, you can even say, you know what, I don't have the wording exactly the way I want it. And just put right now projecting ... question mark.
Okay.
Until the verbiage comes to you, because at one point it often will, and it's going to be this epiphany, the clouds will open, Trump's and it'll come to you. So okay. Now, unfortunately, in the past week, one of you has had a death in the family. Who here has lost someone? Anyone?
Me. It'll be me, Danny.
Okay. So, Danny is our spoiled rich girl. Who did Danny lose?
Danny lost her grandfather.
Her grandfather? Okay.
Yep.
From what?
Cancer.
Okay. How would that make Danny feel about being in a haunted house? How would it make her feel about the idea of ghosts?
Maybe my grandfather would show up.
So does Danny believe in ghosts?
Yes, absolutely.
She does, absolutely.
Yeah, because she's not a kid anymore.
Okay. So in terms of what you believe and in terms of what Danny believes, is there an aspect that we can think of? Right? You've just said you believe in some degree of the supernatural.
Yeah. So I believe in ghosts would be a good aspect.
Okay. So let's put that down. I believe in ghosts. I'm sure that won't come back to haunt you at all.
Yeah.
Wordplay, sir.
I mean, I do too. Not like they've been haunting me since I've been 6, but that's besides the fact.
Well, in which case then, does anyone know about your grandfather passing away? More importantly, does Mike know? Because ghosts seek Mike out.
No, no one knows. I told no one. I kept it to myself.
You've kept it to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm the spoiled rich kid. There goes some money.
Is there a chance that your grandfather would have let Mike know to pass on along any kind of message, or no?
Probably, yeah.
Probably?
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, what message would her grandfather have given you to pass along? And more importantly, is it something you want to do or not really?
Probably stop being such a spoiled brat.
Oh, that's going to be tough to pass along.
And, no, he wouldn't.
Now, you can take this or leave it, up to you, but I feel like you have an aspect of bearer of bad news.
Perfect.
But that's totally up to you.
I'll take it. I love that. I love that.
Yeah. Now, that's going to be fun for me, because now I get to do terrible, terrible things to your character. But I'm going to have to give you a point every time I do. Because remember, in a Fate game, when the GM is mean to a player, they have to bribe the player. And I'm going to do that in the form.
I mean, I don't hate how that works out.
No, it actually ends up working out. It ends up working out pretty well. Additionally, with these aspects, you guys can do terrible things to your character yourself, and then say, "Hey, Rod, I'm the bearer of bad news, and I just made things worse. Shouldn't that earn me a point?" And then I'll be like, "Well, yes, or maybe no, but yeah, all right. Here's your point." And in which case, you'll collect another point to use.
Can we stack as many points as we can get, or is there a cap?
Cap? What cap?
All right,
No
perfect.
cap.
Cool.
The more bad he can throw at your character, the more he loves it.
I wasn't sure if we
agree.
could only have a total of
Nope.
X
There's
amount.
no
of...
cap on fate points. However, when you're using them, you are limited to only using an aspect once per roll. You might be able to use 2 or 3 aspects per roll, but you can't tag the same one more than once.
So I couldn't use Calm Blue Ocean twice.
Correct.
I could only get that bonus of my +2 one time by using 1 fate point.
Yep. And technically, if you roll badly enough, instead of taking the +2 bonus, you can say, I'm just going to re-roll all these dice because I rolled a -4, and I really think I can do better on the roll than just, rolling a -2.
We've all seen me roll. That's not always true.
It's not.
Sometimes that's
and there are times where it's a gamble,
All right.
Thank you. All right. So here's the awkward question. Who here wasn't invited to come along tonight?
Me.
Okay, excellent.
Immediately.
Why did you show up if you weren't invited?
Well, I saw everybody else doing it, and then my parents told me I needed to open up and get out of the books a little more, so I thought I'd follow and see what all the kids are doing that was fun.
Okay, which, by the way, you're portraying Jamie, our psychic bookworm.
Yeah.
So, how is that going to go over?
It's going to be...
I don't
She's going to
know.
be fine.
But the books,
fine.
my books always tell me if I want to have an adventure, I actually got to go do something, and my parents really wanted me to as well. And they don't like the fact I have no friends. I mean, they just try to figure out why I have no friends. Because I got my books. I don't need friends.
Which, I have no friends speaks very much to your trouble of I'm a freak, right? That's kind of how you feel about yourself.
I don't want nobody knowing about me and what I can do, and I just stick to my books. They don't judge me.
So, you've mentioned books a couple of times.
Yes, I brought mine with me.
You brought yours with you?
Yeah.
Excellent. What's our aspect for that?
Nice.
That is nice, by the way. What's your aspect for I brought my books?
I always have my books. You never.
Okay.
It's just I've always had them, and if I need to escape, and my books are my escape.
My books are my escape. That sounds like a great aspect to me.
I like it.
You want to go ahead and put that down on the character?
Under the aspects, put in.
Yeah, you have those 4 that are still blank.
All right, I got that.
All right. Where were we? Oh, by the way, who accidentally spilled the beans to Jamie that you guys were all getting together this weekend? Whose fault is it that Jamie's here?
Maybe it's something somebody left behind.
It's mine. It's my. I mentioned it in passing.
You mentioned okay.
Loudmouth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I might not have been there when she mentioned it.
Oh, that's
You
true.
do have some psychic abilities, so if it was
True.
written down on a note and passed around,
Oh yeah, I
you
so
could have
did
had it
that.
way.
I
Okay.
so did that.
Which, and by the way, there is one thing I have skipped in that we haven't talked about the age of your characters. You're basically young teenagers. This is your last summer before high school.
Oh, so like 12 or 13.
You're probably all about 13.
All right.
Now, granted, some of these pictures, I think, put the characters a little bit older, more high school. If you guys want to be more high school already, this could be your last year before your senior year if you like that better.
I think that would be a little easier for me.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
All right.
We got people who bumped up their driving to the moon, and they're like 12 years old. Or guns.
Okay. So, rising seniors then.
All right.
Which is fine because, let's face it, it's not like there's a big difference between cliques in middle school and cliques in high school. They're just as bad.
They just sometimes change.
Yeah. All right, so still all in school. One of you is only here because they're following someone else. Who's that? Who's that going to be?
I don't know.
Would Terry still be following Andy, trying to lead him down the right path?
By the way, Nikki can be removed.
Oh, Fallon's not going to join us this evening.
She actually got sick just a little bit ago.
I'm sorry.
So I told her to go ahead and get some rest.
Aw, poor kid.
Well, it's kind of our fault. She's finicky with her eating, and she tried something new tonight, and I don't think it agreed with her. So
That sucks.
Well,
I hope she feels better.
I could be following Danny due to her grandfather trying to persuade me to send the message along.
Okay.
Is she?
Is it obvious that you're following her?
I don't think it'd be too obvious. I wouldn't
Danny,
want it to try and be.
Is he stalking you?
I mean, depending on how stealthy or whatever you want to call that, whichever that would be.
Well, let's figure that out. Are you a little bit? You're.
I'm stealth-ish, sneaky-ish.
What do we consider sneaky-ish?
On a
I'm
scale of mediocre to great, it's kind of good.
You're good. You're okay.
They're all sending well wishes for her. They're sending
All
well
right.
wishes.
So maybe she doesn't know. Are you? It sounds like you're determined to deliver this news, though.
Eventually, when the time is right.
So you're waiting for the right time.
Yes.
There could be an aspect in there, right? Something about timing. Timing is everything. Waiting for the time. Timing is everything.
Ooh.
Timing is everything is a pretty good one.
Yeah, I mean, like someone's having a terrible moment and just boom, bearer of bad news right on top of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because you gotta have to deal with it because you're not a kid anymore. And how many of these things can we pile on top of that?
So many.
You know, these people, they just betrayed you. You can't trust them. You can't trust the living, you know.
Okay. No, I
mean, I'm just stacking as much shit as.
Now, bear in mind, you guys, you all know each other, right? So now you can start to see how these aspects become interesting. And we've talked a little while ago about how you play aspects to be better, and I've mentioned how I bribe you to do certain things based on your aspects. Now, there's one part of that we haven't discussed, which is you all know each other's aspects. And you also all have fate points the same way that the GM can give out fate points. And I think Ronnie is smiling because I think he may know where I'm going with this. You can pass points around to each other by tagging the other person's aspect to their detriment. It's not a PvP game.
Is it?
No, it's not. It's not.
It's
Let's be
definitely
honest.
not.
No, it really isn't. But you, as your characters, have the ability to convince other characters to do what you want by here's an aspect and here's the point for tagging that aspect. So,
They get the choice to accept or deny, though?
Yes. If you accept it, you get the point. If you say no, you buy it off by spending one of your points to cancel theirs.
Savage.
It is. Honestly, though, it really helps when it's time for, hey, what do we all want to do? The person who's got the points and is willing to spend them is probably going to get their way. So that can also help move a story along. All right, a little bit of a sad question. One of you is going to a different school in the fall. Who's that going to be?
Probably me, because I'm so genetically gifted that I'm sure.
No, that's fine. Oh, and you've even put that's what you're projecting.
Yeah.
So the aspect you came up with was projecting my genetic superiority.
Yep.
Maybe we just make it projecting my superiority instead of genetic.
These genes, man.
I'm only saying projecting my genetic superiority can go in a little bit of a negative direction. So just something to think about there.
I thought I was in the cult.
All right, so
the cult is not what he was thinking of.
How do you feel about leaving your friends behind?
I'm excited.
You're excited.
New adventures and a better challenge than what I'm used to.
So so then let's explore that a little bit. Is there an aspect in there, right? You've talked about a better challenge. You're open to change. Is there something there that's
I'm looking for. I mean, I look for challenge. I want something to test me. I don't want the easy way.
You're going to do it the hard way?
Yeah.
I'm going to do it the hard way?
It the hard way.
Your grin is
I'm
very
a GM.
discerning.
That aspect's fine. I'm sure it'll all work out. So excited. All right. Do it the hard way. Very nice. Okay. I think we may already have an answer for this question. Bullies have been targeting one of you. I think we already know. We've talked about that, right? I think we had said that was Chris has been getting bullied.
Yeah.
What was the latest incident?
My latest incident was my aspect of burning down the house.
Like you set something on fire?
Yeah, I was trying to pull a prank on somebody and accidentally set the house on fire. But
Does anyone know about it?
Well, the person whose house I set on fire knows about it.
Well, which would mean the police do, etc.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is all right.
Because I was a kid, they kind of let me off easy and just had to pay a fine. But I thought the fire trucks showing up were really cool, so I'm not going to stop doing pranks,
Okay.
If you ever want to talk about a better way, let me know.
Hey, you know what? I hear your guy likes fire too.
I found this flamethrower instead of these matches.
I'm sure I wouldn't play with
lost lambs.
All those books lost, never to be read again.
All the voices. They won't stop screaming.
Maybe they'll put a new stadium where they burnt that house down.
Oh, we're here at this haunted house because one of you has dared everyone else to spend the night. And as teenagers, you can't back down, right? You're here. You're spending the night. You've all almost certainly lied to your parents.
Absolutely.
Of course.
My parents were excited when I told them.
You were going to lie to your parents for practice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's good practice. And at least one of your parents wouldn't mind. They'd probably agree with you.
I dared everyone to come out because
you're the one. You dared them.
I am so planning so many pranks.
Okay, so you talked everyone into this.
Absolutely.
My parents are thrilled. I just told them I'm going to hang out with some new friends.
Meeting new people. Who's the ghost that may be inhabiting this house?
So, Christy, what do the winners win, and what do the losers lose?
Well, the winners don't really win anything, but the losers definitely lose. Like, they have to walk around school in their underwear.
You are muted.
Yep.
sorry, this is a bet if you guys will be, humiliated if you leave this house before daybreak. It's all night long in the house. Okay. All right. So I think we're ready to get a few more questions here. Okay. Specifically, Andy, what sport is it that your parents have been pushing you into?
Football.
Football? Okay. How do you feel about football?
Absolutely love it.
You absolutely love it. Okay.
This
so
is going to be easy for you to roleplay.
So we don't
That's
have
why I'm like, this is great.
we don't have water boy. Okay. My mom said.
Look, I've run this a bunch of different times, and I had somebody say baseball, and I happen to bring a bat, in which case things can get ugly. But football, is there? Since you absolutely love football, I don't know if there's an aspect there that we can easily pull out because you already have Jock in the making. But right now it's okay. You still have two open aspects, and we can figure those out as we play.
Okay.
Okay. So, Christy, for Chris,
Yep.
is your fate parent your mother or father?
My father.
Your father. Have you met him?
Yeah.
You have. Okay. Now, here's an important question, and it's: are they aligned with summer or winter? And the easier way of asking this for people who haven't read the Dresden Files is Seelie Court or Unseelie Court?
Unseelie.
Obviously.
Unseelie. Okay. Winter.
Winter.
So winter tends to be
Mischievous.
and sometimes cruel.
Me?
And we know where she gets her pranks from.
Now we know the truth is out.
Any idea what sort of Fae character? I don't know how familiar you are with more Celtic and Germanic myths, but that's kind of really where the Fae is that we're drawing from here. If you have a specific idea of my father was, a puka or this or that, and you think there's an aspect in there, we can put that in.
I don't really know much about the Fae myths, actually.
Okay.
But he would have been the kind of guy that would come up behind you and push you in the pond if you were looking at it,
So he's mean. Are you mean? Or
I think my pranks just go a little too far sometimes.
Well, and that is your trouble, right? Was that too far? Kind of did I go over the line? Okay.
Yeah.
So currently you have 3 aspect spaces left open. Again, that's okay. We can always go ahead and add those during the course of play. All right.
The site, I want to probably have the site. So
I think you should have the site. I think you should take that at some point. Now, small note on the skills, right? Because we're going to have a pyramid of skills. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to need you to move one of those that's in fair back down to average. And then we need to move one that's in mediocre up to average.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
So, Danny, our spoiled rich girl. What's that one thing that you want that you can't have?
Love.
Love.
I'm incapable of loving someone, falling in love. It's just not there.
Is it an unlucky in love, or is there like a
stuck on material maybe?
Yeah, I'm stuck on materialistic love.
Okay.
Yeah, if you love me, you would do this for me. That's kind of where I am.
So you're manipulative.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm thinking we might be able to pull an aspect or even 2 in here, right?
Okay.
Because you've said a moment ago that it's not that there's an empathy issue. It's not that you don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's do you not trust that people have affection? Do they care about your money more than you?
They care about my money more than me.
Okay. So there can be something in there about not trusting people's motivations.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
And then we could also have another aspect similar to manipulative.
Okay.
Because you've even, that's, and ultimately that if you love me, you'll do this.
Yeah.
And that's classic teenage manipulation.
Yeah.
and it's maybe it's you doing it to others before they do it to you. I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah.
But there might be some aspect that you can think of there. And again, you have the two aspect slots open. You can fill them in as you discover the character. You don't have to right now. In terms of skills, right, we're going to again have that skill pyramid of 1 at good, 1 great, right, 2 good, 3, 4. So if you could pick some of those skills that are mediocre, we're going to move 1 of them up to fair, and 4 of them up to average, right?
Okay, how do we do that?
So right here where I'm going to unclick where it says compact view, and now you can see all the skills in a row.
Okay.
And you'll just change the number to match what it would be. So I just clicked it back. 1 of them will get a 2, and 4 of them will get a 1. So
okay, so one of them
like
gets a 2.
Yep, so one of these zeros on here on this sheet, you're going to go ahead and change one of those zeros to a 2.
Okay.
And then you're going to change 4 of those zeros to a 1.
Okay.
And, again, you guys don't have to decide right now, oh, yeah, this is what the skill is at. You can decide that later. We just can't have the pyramid be out of whack where, it's, I have, 1, 3, 3, 3, something, can't be out of whack. Other than that, we're fine. So just more, some couple things to think of. All right, so Dan, what is the best story Jamie has ever gotten from touching an object? Right, we all know that you are a psychic bookworm. You have psychometry. You touch things and can read them. What's the best story you've ever gotten?
Trying to decide we want to go with a happy story or a not so happy story. Because the reading the books always get those stories are always nice to check out. So to find one that matches would be interesting. Maybe a secret
do you want to do one of each?
Do
you want to do one of each?
Well, I was
one
thinking,
that was positive, one that wasn't.
I was thinking one could be like a secret relationship between, let's say, some object I came in contact with that had a relationship between a Seelie and an Unseelie that was kept secret.
Okay. So maybe something having to do, like you've found an object that had something to do with, do you like the idea of knowing something about Chris's parents? Or about Chris's father?
Sure, that'll work.
So, is there an aspect there about
you cut out
the folks you're in the house with? Did you hear me there, Dan? Or did you just say I cut out?
You cut out. There's an aspect, and then in house.
I said,
with.
Is there an aspect of you knowing things about the people who are there with you? Let me grab a wire here.
Now, Chris said that which part father was the Seelie?
Winterfell. Oh yeah, Unseelie.
So
not nice.
Yeah, he could be.
So her mother is human.
Right.
Yes.
Well, mother was just somebody that Daddy was playing with at the time.
Ooh. Okay.
So.
I don't. Now, Chris? Do you know this, or more importantly, do you believe this? You might know it, but not believe it.
What? That my mom was just playing around?
Yeah, I mean, hey,
she was a plaything.
Your mom
for
was
Seelie.
used, basically.
She was used. He got bored with what was going on, and he was actually in a relationship with a Seelie, and came across a human, and figured, just pass my time.
This'll be
with
fun.
This. Yeah, this will be fun.
Worse things could happen.
Okay, so no denial or anything else that we need to worry about.
Nah.
So is that I don't know if that's positive or negative. Is there anything you've ever had where you've had like any sort of visceral reaction or something which may have shaped how you interact with your power, how you see it? We already know how you feel others will see it.
Right.
How do you actually feel about the ability?
Sometimes it's interesting because, like I said, everything has a story. But then, of course, sometimes I touch things that, and it's not just a feeling. I actually get a glimpse of like a scene played out in front of me.
Yep.
And
you can.
one time, one of the scenes that I seen was a entire family slaughtered by vampires.
Okay.
And it was a very messy meal, to say the least.
So red court vampires, then?
Yes.
Most likely. How did that affect you? I mean, let's face it. You're a teenager. It affected you.
Well, my initial response after touching it was I got sick. And everybody around me couldn't understand why all of a sudden I was throwing up. And so I had to tell them it was because of something I ate at lunch or something. Because I actually came across it at school one day.
Are you naturally a liar then at this point? Is that how you cover up your gift?
I have to, because I don't want anybody looking at me, freakish. And if I do let it out, I'll just tell them it's a book or something I read somewhere. If it slips up, if I, like a teacher's asked me something and I let it slip, then I'll just pass it off as some book I read.
Okay. So is there an aspect in that?
That's a good question.
And we don't have to pick it right now, right? There's time to do that as the evening unfolds in the house. But just something to think about as you've kind of defined, some of what your character has seen.
Maybe I won't actually share too much of what I see. Little fear of letting it out.
Oh, you like to keep secrets.
Oh, yeah. Not that I like to keep it. It's just, it's my defense mechanism. I might learn something about somebody, and instead of letting them know I know about it, I try to hide it, keep it from them.
Okay.
It's technically keeping secrets, but I don't keep it for any other reason than self-preservation.
Is that the aspect then, self-preservation?
Sure, that works.
Which ultimately means that you might, things you'll do, you might put others in harm's way because you care a little bit more about yourself. And that's okay because it's going to make the story interesting, right? Everyone's okay with that?
This is fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Should I put the burning building behind me now?
All right, so Curtis, you're playing Mike.
Yep.
Who else here knows what you can do?
Who else might know?
No, not who might. Who does?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Let's go ahead and say Terry knows.
Terry knows. Okay. That's a good choice because Terry understands the supernatural. How did Terry find out?
Let's go ahead and say that they were talking about the shepherd, and I shared a little too much, and it came out that way.
Okay. Hey, Terry, how did you react to that?
Okay, first, I need to know a little more about the shepherd.
So, here's the good news. The shepherd is written so incredibly vague so that you can define the shepherd any way you want.
Okay. So it doesn't have to be like a negative thing to me.
Why would the shepherd be negative?
No, not the shepherd. His ability.
No, it doesn't. No, your view of the shepherd could almost be more of a specific figure in, Wicca or something like that, if that's something you're familiar with.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure that you're understanding that this is a gift for you to use, and however you choose to use it, as long as it is helpful for those around you, it's not a negative thing.
So are either of you picking up an interaction from this? Not an interaction, an aspect from this. Right? I mean, Terry is being very encouraging. You see he has a gift. You don't want him to waste his talents. Mike, I seemed to be a little kind of... I almost sensed maybe an eye roll there in character. I wasn't sure. But are either of you picking up any sort of aspects from this interaction?
I think for me, it just goes back to trying to get you to come come join us where we can help you understand this gift and use it in the best possible way. The shepherd will teach you.
I already have don't trust the living.
I love that as an aspect, by the way, especially if you put it in quotes. The shepherd will teach you. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff you can learn. Well, the shepherd will teach you. Up to you. You don't have to take that.
No, I like it. Or the shepherd will guide you, I think would be.
That works very well too. And finally, Terry, what would the shepherd think of what you're doing here tonight? Would you be proud or ashamed to tell him what you're up to?
I wouldn't want to tell him what I was up to until at the end of it I could maybe show that I've convinced a few more people to come and listen and get some guidance. I think if I can use this as a way to show people how I can now handle things better because of the teachings.
Okay. So you're not ashamed to be here. You're not trying to keep it secret.
No, but I didn't announce it from the rooftops either.
Oh, well, no.
I want to see how it turns out.
Okay. Are there any doubts there?
So I believe him. I believe that it's the right thing. Am I worthy of it? I don't know.
Is there an
Probably
aspect
not.
in there?
I am not worthy. I am not worthy.
Yeah, I think questioning my my worthiness, my ability to follow the tenets of the shepherd would definitely be in question.
Okay. So, is there an aspect there? You're pretty devout, but you've just expressed a little bit of doubt.
I second guess myself.
Ooh, I like that one.
I second guess if this is the right action.
Oh, I like that one too.
Okay. Now, with one like that, if you ever roll really, really well, I might be like, hey, I'm going to give you a point to second guess yourself and re-roll that.
I mean, it is what it is.
Excellent. So believe it or not, that is how you do, that is character creation. Ultimately, there's an RP experience to it. I think we all have a much better understanding of who your characters are than a simple, hey, I'm Andy Drebeck, jock in the making, right? I'm Chris Stein, the trickster changeling. I'm Danny Lucier, the gorgeous rich girl. I'm Jamie Collins, the psychic bookworm. I'm Mike troubled medium, or Terry Jefferson, the devout follower of the shepherd, right? While you guys are those things, I think we've already seen you're quite a bit more. And there's still some stuff that's undefined that we're going to figure out as we begin play. So the house is the old Cranston house. Everyone knows it's haunted. Everyone knows that it's haunted. Is there any of you who have heard a story about this house who would like to share it with the group before you go there? Or maybe you want to share it with the group later to scare them.
No, I'm not going to tell them anything till after we're in there.
Okay. I thought that might be the case. So you all agreed to show up, what, bright as at sundown as it was getting dark at the old Cranston house? That sound right?
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I recall hearing.
That's what you goaded them into, Chris?
Yeah, I told them, eat dinner with your family and then come, meet me at the front door.
Okay. So, believe it or not, this image that we're already looking at on the desktop is a good view of the house. As you can see, it is not very well kept up. It's boarded up, the doors, etc. And you guys have heard people have broken in before. People have had parties. There have been sordid things which have happened, etc.
That's not happening.
You guys are outside tonight. Right now.
Sordid things are not happening tonight. Not well.
No, probably not. I'd be surprised if anything bad happened at all.
I'd hate to tell you what happened on that swing, but
do you go sit on the swing?
No, I'm. I'd actually be behind a tree somewhere. Remember, okay. I wasn't actually invited.
No, but you're there. So you've shown up. You're all standing outside the house, and Jamie shows up. What do you do?
Oh my God, what are you doing here?
What is she doing here?
Andy,
Who
be
invited
nice.
her?
Jamie,
I just
Jamie, why are you here?
for an adventure.
I
I
mean,
thought it'd be fun.
she's here, so
You invited her, Terry. Of course you did.
No,
not invite her, but that doesn't mean she's not
nobody
supposed to be
invited
here.
me. I just overheard it. Thought I'd come.
It's fine. The more the merrier. I mean, this is going to be a great time.
Yeah, it's fine.
I've never been in a haunted house. I've read about them, but I've never actually been in one.
Now
You're gonna love it. You're gonna absolutely love it.
Do you believe in ghosts? I mean, do you believe in ghosts?
No,
We're not.
no,
We're not
no,
kids
not at all.
This
I
is,
don't believe any of that strange stuff. I just thought
I
it'd be
believe in
interesting.
ghosts, and I think they're here.
well,
Sure they are. Of course.
So-
Whatever.
Here's an important question. Do I perceive the presence of any spirits or ghosts?
not yet.
Not yet.
However, you're all outside the house.
Okay.
Now, this whole area, the house
Just like a book, all the
itself,
juicy stuff happens inside.
oh,
it is a spooky house. And so we're going to have an aspect on this scene of spooky house. Which means with a spooky house, let's see if I can. Let's see, does that show up in red right there? You all see that?
Yep.
Excellent.
Very spooky.
Fortunately,
house.
it is a spooky house. And again, remember, aspects can be tagged to make you, do what you do better, or to make things go worse, and in which case you'll earn some points. So we definitely have an aspect of spooky house going on here. So it feels like there's something. You all get this kind of cold chill looking at it. But you don't sense or see anyone yet. The sun has just gone down. For some of you, if you have doubts about the supernatural, the sun going down is probably why you suddenly feel a little bit chilly. The light is gone. It is dark. It is night. There's just a change in atmosphere when the sun goes down. And that's what is going on here. Again, the house is boarded up. How are you going to get in?
Oh, I know how to get in. I've been in there before.
Well, how did you get in?
Well, like around back, there's this window that was all boarded up, but we took some of the boards out so we could get in the window.
I think if we're going to go in that way, we need to hurry because here comes the cop car down the road, and we don't want to get seen going in here.
No, it's fine. They know me.
Is
Yeah,
that
they
a
also
good
know
thing,
me,
or is
and I
that
don't
a
want to get
bad
in trouble.
thing?
Yeah, they know the rest of us, so I think we shouldn't be seen in the house.
I've never had
Or
to deal
here.
with cops.
I have a reputation to uphold, so I'm not going to be seen by the cops.
Well,
So
if you
Alright,
think this
your
isn't a good
reputation.
idea, then maybe we should just go leave. I'm sure we could go do some group reading or talk about, I don't know, our paths of the future instead.
Oh God.
Future, I cannot wait to be away from here.
Just remember,
Next year's
anyone
good.
that chickens out, underwear time in high school.
I mean, listen, when this and underwear, I mean, it's a
Yeah,
blessing, not a curse, baby.
but I get to pick the underwear, not you.
Uh-oh.
And my little sister has some really cute underwear.
Make it look good too.
I'm sure that the little duckies and unicorns would look really good on you with all the frill and lace. And
I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I say let's go out back. Let's look and see.
Oh
Yeah.
If we're gonna go in, let's
My.
just go in.
God.
Yeah, come
Why
on.
are we talking?
So you said you're circling around the back of the house.
yep,
All right. So I have let's see. It was Chris's idea to go around the back.
Yep.
And I'm going to think that last time when you came here, right, you guys said that you've been here before and you pried off the boards.
Right.
I think you went too far and pulled off too many of them.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a fate point and say that someone has come by and nailed instead of where those boards were, nailed just this large piece of plywood. So that where you were planning to get in is now going to be closed. So I'm going to offer you a fate point for was that too far, and you can choose whether you're going to keep it or spend one of your own to buy me off.
And it starts.
So bad.
I'll keep it.
Excellent. So go ahead, add a fate point there. And again, I set that up on Roll20 using those green bubbles. So all you have to do is just change the number, even put +1 and hit enter, and it'll do it for you. Or you can go do it on the character sheet down on the bottom left. So you guys walk around back, right where Chris had said he had gotten in before. Large piece of fairly new plywood has been nailed to that window.
Well, great job, moron. God.
So how are you going to get in? Give me 1 second. What's the plan?
You know what? Just shut up. How about
Let me
that?
show you. Just follow me here. Let me show you how it's done.
Oh, you're the big bad jock. Why don't you just pry it off with your finger?
I can do it. I will do it.
Sure you will.
Is that what? Do you want to roll athletics to see if you
So
can?
I am going to do it
Oh.
the hard way.
Is there? I was gonna say, is there any way to look around and see if there's like a basement window or something somebody could probably fit through?
Or some other windows.
Sure. So
Except that I just challenged the jock to,
That's right, and I'm gonna do
show
it the
his
hard
prowess.
way,
And he can do that.
And
But
I'm
is there
gonna-
any other way to look for something?
and I'm gonna kick the shit out of one of the boards, like on a different window.
okay, so go ahead, give me some athletics there.
So when I click the button, like when I click the athletics skill,
Yep.
it pops up the window. It says bonus.
Right now, it's going to be 0. If there's ever a bonus, I'll let you know.
Okay.
All right, so that is a great result. So, I mean, he kind of steps back and Bruce Lee's this board. You know, this was punching or
I kicked it.
kicking.
I
You
kicked
kicked
it.
it. All right,
Because I'm gonna do it the hard way. Because I like the challenge.
absolutely. And at a great success, you look good doing it, sir.
Damn right.
You look good. So yeah, he right through the board sends wood flying into the house, and you guys can at this point crawl in through the window and get into the house if you are so inclined.
Can I help anybody in?
You see how
Here,
easy it was to
I
get
can
that
help.
dumb jock to do all the work?
Do you need a boost up into the window?
She probably.
I ain't
does.
that short.
Not JD.
Well,
So are you all going in then?
yes.
Is anyone holding back?
No, I'm gonna try and make sure everybody else can get in.
And I'll probably hold
And
back
help
to be the
everybody
next to the
before
last. I
I-
don't want to be the first one in there.
Of course.
I'll be last.
Okay.
I'll be
I
middle.
will
I'm
ab-
definitely
I
going
will
in first.
I will
I've been in there before. I know this place.
So I'm going
You was
to
too scared to kick the board to get inside, fool.
I'm going to go ahead and
You're the
move
dumbass that I made kick the board in. Huh?
you to a floor plan of the house now. And if you'd like, you can go ahead and put minis in that room that says kitchen there. I think most of the map you currently don't see.
Yeah. We
And
see this.
yep, that's excellent. That is what I wanted you to see. Couple of aspects that we're going to place over here. I have them off to the side. This is, as you know, a spooky house. It is still a spooky house. There's some rotten floorboards in here as well. Let me tell you a little bit about the kitchen. All right, where is my kitchen? So, like the house, this room appears to have been pretty much stripped bare. No appliances. Old linoleum on the floor here with a telltale dark stain. There's a large cast iron sink here.
Ew, gross.
Broken chair against the stripped counter. Some very old cupboards, etc. What would you all like to do?
I'm gonna watch my steps, and I'm gonna look through the cupboards.
Okay. Basically just, old rusted toolbox, hammer, old pipe wrench, screwdrivers, that sort of thing.
I want to see if the sink still works.
Gonna pull that out. Pipe wrench, hammer, all that. Set on the table.
The broken bits of table. Okay. The water does not turn on.
I just kind of reach over and touch each one of the items he pulled out.
Are you trying to read them?
Not, I am, only because of my own curiosity, but not for anybody else to know.
Okay. So, psychometry, right, is what we're going to be doing. So, I am going to ask you to give me an investigation roll, which I'm thinking is something Jamie's probably pretty good at. And, in fact, you are good at it.
Yes. So, I just click on investigation and just submit, no bonus. And did it go? Yeah, I did, 2.
Yep. So it's up to you to decide whether you think a fair result is good enough. Now, most of the time, to get any sort of basic reading, you usually need a good or higher. So a fair's probably not going to get you there.
No, I don't want to push it right off the gate.
Okay.
Especially with people that don't know anything, or I'm trying to keep a secret from.
So then kind of handling these tools, there may be something there, but you're not really trying and not necessarily picking anything up from them just yet.
Okay.
What else would you all like to do?
I'm going to look through if where we came in was along that wall to the right, correct?
It can be the right or the bottom. Probably the bottom.
Okay.
More likely, since the porch here is kind of the front of the house, and you guys said you're going around the back.
Okay. I would like to keep my head out the closest door to me, and with all our tokens on there, I can't tell.
And if you'd like, I'll even open up a little area here, if you want to have just tokens off to the side.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, it's just having an idea of where you are is what I'm going to be looking for most of the time.
So yeah, I just want to peek my head out of the door and just kind of look around, get a feel for.
So as you'd expect, you see these stairs right ahead of you that go up, and then you can kind of see the living room, looking off to the side. And I think I might even have.
So there's a door here?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I know there's a door here.
And there is also a door there into the dining room, if you'd like to go there.
Because we saw this one, I just didn't realize that was a door, not a wall for a closet.
Nope, there's one. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing.
Okay, so, I was confused. I was like, I don't know how this map works.
I am tired. Yeah, you looked down over here, and then kind of coming out there.
I didn't realize I could look through walls. Is that new?
Okay.
There's an aspect.
No, it's because the tokens were on top of that little thing where the closet is, and I was like, oh yeah, that's the door there.
Okay, so I look into the dining room.
And this entire place, you can see right here. Hopefully, you should see that image I just sent you.
Oh, it's just a little fixer-upper.
Oh, this is fun.
It is.
I would not touch that mattress.
It's funny you mention that because it is all sorts of stained.
Does someone want to take a look at that?
Oh my god, that's
now we know why you've been here before.
Is someone wanting to look at that?
Not me.
Try to glean some information.
Hey, why wouldn't you want to sleep on that? It's so comfortable.
Okay.
If you're no.
Now,
people actually
this
lay on
room
that?
in particular is going to have some holes in the walls, right? the old wallpaper and plaster is even like falling and revealing the lathes behind it, and some of those are even broken. You can just see like dark gaps behind them. And then there's various detritus spread here and there.
Did anybody bring any flashlights or anything?
Why does it smell musty in here?
Because it's old?
Oh, because I had
No, I
burgers
know musty.
disgusting.
after the game.
I've smelled old books before. This is a different kind of musty.
Yeah, it's because of the rats, duh.
It's Taco Tuesday.
Now, it's also dark in here. That's probably important to be aware of. This whole place is going to be pretty dark.
Did
Do we
anybody
have an
remember to bring
inventory
flashlights?
What's that?
I said, did
Do we
anybody
have
remember to
an
bring
inventory
flashlights?
sheet where we could have brought anything with us, like
So
flashlights or
if you have an aspect that would have justified having some equipment with you, then you have it with you. Now, the good news there, you haven't all filled in your aspects. So if there's someone who's like, who thinks that, I tend to be prepared and carry all sorts of stuff like that.
Would that fall under self-preservation?
But seeing as I've been here before, I would know what to bring.
Okay. So what aspect are we going to have for that?
Oh, that'll be...
What? Can we check
Probably
that lamp and
be
see if there's any oil in
prepared.
it?
Be prepared? Okay. So you can be prepared for any of the pranks you're going to pull as well, by the way. You
Right.
just have to spend a point on it. But it means that how many flashlights did you bring?
Just one.
Of course.
Of course.
That, by the way, was the right answer.
If you brought more than one, you only had the batteries for the one.
That's a possibility, too.
Is that a lamp I see on the floor?
I was going to say, is that lantern electronic or oil?
No, that's a very old kind of kerosene lamp.
Has it got any in it?
Unfortunately, it does not.
No,
Now,
I didn't
bear
know
in mind, the
anything.
one thing that you guys always have the ability to do is put aspects on a scene yourself. And you have two ways to do that. The first is to look around and say, I think such and such an aspect would make sense. And I'd like to declare that since some kids have been here before, one of them may have gotten scared and left a flashlight behind. So I think I may have an aspect of I found a flashlight.
Or a lighter, maybe?
Or a lighter or something like that. And you can do it you can declare it and say, I spend a point, and bam, the aspect is being created. Or you can say, I don't want to spend a point. I want to roll because I suspect there's one here. So you have a few different ways to do that. Now, unfortunately, if one person's going to do it and they fail, it doesn't mean everyone else gets to try the subsequent roll because this is a less crunchy system than D&D.
Mm-hmm.
But if someone is I'm trying. Is someone trying something like that?
So in this room, it would be like, there's a mattress here. It might be fair to assume that some teenagers brought candles and tried to make a romantic atmosphere here in this creepy ass house.
Yeah,
so there's probably some candles and a lighter just hanging around.
I don't think your shepherd would appreciate that language.
A
Okay.
shepherd is more understanding than you think. You can be yourself and still be true of service.
You good at servicing them?
Hey, it's not 9 o'clock yet.
I am so offended at that.
I'm sure you are. I'm going to ask you to roll scholarship for me.
Okay, so now that's on my fair list. Does that do anything? Does that roll it any different?
Yeah, when you click scholarship, it's going to ask you for a bonus, which is going to be 0.
It's already going to add the +2, though.
All right. So, yes, you have an aspect now of candles and a lighter. So I am going to go write this down so that we remember that you have candles and a lighter. So hopefully you can see that off to the side there.
Not. Is it in the blackened part?
No, it's on the white.
If you go all the way to the right and
Way
up,
over there.
Okay, got it.
I tried to put a little area, and
I see
because you successfully rolled, I'm going to put a little fate token on that. so that you remember that you have a free tag of that.
And does that mean I can use it in that
At
room
some
if
point,
needed?
if there's a reason that you think having candles and a lighter would give you a bonus to doing what you're doing, you have a free point to use to do that.
Okay.
Right? And again,
Gotcha.
remember how we had said you guys put aspects on the story? This is in Fate in general, it's not just the DM who's crafting the story. You guys, you've just helped craft some of this story through your RP. And you've defined that some teenagers have used this mattress for romantic purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Romantic.
Right.
I'm sure it lasted all of 2 minutes.
But that also tells you a little bit about the
Sometimes
house.
3.
Now,
That's why there's still candle to burn.
They also left the candles and the light behind. So that may tell you something else. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe
Yeah, they plan to come back, obviously. It's definitely not that they left in a hurry. I don't even know what you're insinuating.
So you're going to go ahead and light one of your candles?
Yeah, if it's dark in the room, I'll light one of them.
It is dark in the room. Okay. So you guys have a candle, and you have one flashlight.
Well,
hey, you guys want to check out the blood on the floor? Isn't it cool?
There was blood on what looked like a blood stain on the floor in the kitchen.
There was a blood stain in the kitchen, and this is just disgusting.
We don't
It's
know
not
what
disgusting.
happened there.
It's
So,
oh, it
so
is
what
so
happened?
cool.
It
So
could
what
be
happened?
rust.
So like the mother, she was like making dinner, and the father came home and he was all drunk and stuff, and he like was really mad because she was making stuff that he didn't want, like tuna casserole, and like because tuna casserole's gross, and so like he came in the kitchen and she's like, "I'm making tuna casserole. I love you," and he's like, "Screw you. I'm drunk and I hate you," and she got really mad and threw the tuna casserole on him and then hit him over the head with the cast iron skillet until he died.
Sure.
Now, so you're aware. Actually, yeah, never mind. Yeah, that sounds right. I'm sorry. None of you have done any research or anything before coming here, so.
Nope. Well, Bookworm might have. No?
The bookworm might have. I don't know. Did the bookworm?
We'll see, yeah. Why not?
All right.
Because
So
that's where you
like
find your truths, is in your readings.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm going to give you a choice of rolling scholarship or lore.
We'll go with scholarship since my lore is mediocre.
Now, remember, you still can move the lore up, but scholarship is your apex
So where can I
skill
move?
anyway.
Where can I move the lore to? Can I move it up to fair?
You can move it up to fair or average.
I want to move it up to fair.
All
How do I
right,
do
so
that? Add
we
2, right?
we change this and we put lore there as a 2.
Okay, you already got it.
I did.
All right.
Now,
but I will use scholarship.
Scholarship
for this.
and lore, just so you're aware, they'll tell you different things.
Right. So I'm going to go with scholarship for the actual, like, I checked out in the library today when I knew we were coming.
Oh.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, absolutely. Give us a roll. Let's see how you do. So you have a great success. So the heard, and you actually even said a minute ago that you went to the library. You actually had to go in the library and look at those old newspapers that they store on film. Is that I always forget if that's microfilm. I think that's
microfilm.
The microfiche.
Mm-hmm.
I always
microfiche. Yeah.
I think it's the microfiche. That's how you live in an old town that they're still using microfiche. And the newspaper article that you read actually says almost the opposite of what Chris was telling you. The article says that Jerome Cranston murdered his wife and infant child and then killed himself in the house. It talks about the tragedy, and then, no one ever really understood any of why, or if they did, the article didn't really get into it.
Fucking tuna, man.
But Yeah, it actually is not that she murdered him with a cast iron pan. It said that he killed her.
Did it mention in the
Oh,
paper
you know what?
with?
You have a great result, so I really need to give you a little bit more, don't I?
You're the DM.
Yeah, no, I do. It said that he dismembered her and tried to bury her in the walls of the house.
Alrighty then. So I will kind of meekly ask Chris what happened to him after he killed his what happened to her after she killed her husband.
Oh, like so she went totally insane because she was so in love with him, and so she chopped him up and stuff and added him to the stew and ate him, and then she hung herself upstairs.
Oh, can I just point out, Chris, that you're just trying to scare us? It's pretty obvious by the change in your story.
I didn't change my story.
No, Chris didn't change his story. Now,
No?
No,
No,
I'm playing along
I
with the
thought you were
story.
saying that he killed her.
No, she killed him.
No.
Is what
no.
Chris said.
Okay, I'm so
I
backwards. I'm
said she
sorry.
threw the tuna casserole on him and then beat him with the skillet.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then she found out that he
I know
killed
the truth,
her,
but I'm not.
he played
All right,
along.
got
with
it.
she
Sorry
killing
about that. I was like, wait, what?
But
Hold on. Okay.
didn't I hear they had children or a child at the time?
You mean the baby? Yeah, so before she hung herself upstairs, she suffocated it to death so that it wouldn't suffer.
Oh my god.
This place is fucked. God, I can't wait to get out of here. Next year it's gonna be so much better.
Only they had some true guidance in their life. They could have made better choices.
By the way, I don't know if it's just me, but I think Andy's overcompensating. I don't know if there's an aspect in there for you at some point, Andy. I'm just going to put that out there, and you do
What
with it
am I
whatever you want.
compensating for when you look this good?
There's some roid rage or something there. You do with that whatever you want. I'm picking it up. I'm picking up what you put down.
Excuse the droids.
I need a towel.
Hey, she had all the guidance she needed, man. She got the tuna helper guiding her.
So can I try and use Seek the Dead for my ghost speaker thing to try and ask why the murder happened?
Absolutely. So yeah, go for it.
I can use my contacts to seek out information on specific individuals among the dead.
Yep. Now, just so you're aware, and you are a ghost speaker, so you actually are aware, the property itself, you see ghosts everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
The property itself was strangely devoid of spirits. Right? Thinking about it, you don't see any. It is very odd. It is very unusual that you can go somewhere and there's not some ghost somewhere. Most of the time, you're trying not to gain their attention because they will blah 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 forever and bore the ever loving crap out of you, or ask you to do stuff, right? Like Grandpa.
Yeah.
But in this case, none. You don't see any in here. There weren't any on the property. And that should, now that you're thinking about it, that might stand out.
Yeah, that's...
Sure, go ahead. Give us a roll.
So use my contacts for the...
Sounds good.
Okay. Straight no bonus. Average.
So, even kind of sensing to see if there's anyone here, you can definitely confirm it. This place feels a little bit like it's here. And in fact, actually, go ahead, give me a lore roll because you have that finely tuned third eye.
Yep, and that gives me a +2 to lore.
Yeah, so you're going to roll lore, and this time you're going to put a +2 in.
Bonus. Yep.
Okay.
That way. Lore.
You didn't roll great. In fact, you only rolled good.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely, there is something here, but whatever is, something is not manifested itself yet. Right? So ghosts can be in more than one place at a time, and sometimes they can move from here, from our world, to the other side, which is often called the Never Never.
Mm-hmm.
And this feels like the veil is thin here. And in fact, let's put that as an aspect that you have discovered. You have discovered that the veil is thin.
Okay.
That could be bad.
But the good news is, since he's discovered it, we're going to put a point on it. That's your point.
Okay.
Now, one thing that you guys should be aware as you discover these different aspects and things going on, whoever it is that discovered it or creates it, the point is theirs. But you are allowed to pass them off to members on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But for Candles and a Light, Tara's going to decide if and when that gets passed off, just like Curtis would decide for the veil is thin.
Okay.
Cool.
So I'll move those points over
The
there.
power. Oh, sorry. What?
So there's nothing here yet. But with the veil being thin, you should have a sense. You, Mike, should have a sense of foreboding.
Good thing I'm the bearer of bad news. It doesn't seem like much is good to come if we stay here all night. Maybe
my
nothing
little
will happen.
sister's panties, are always available.
Well, I mean, if we're careful, I think we should be fine.
I'm sure we'll be okay. As long as we try and do the right thing while we're here by each other, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
So, you guys want to see the next room?
Actually,
Lead the way.
So, this is the dining room. This is where she ate her husband after she chopped him up and put him in the stew.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what happened. It's strange for sure. Very strange.
I'm gonna look around the room and see what I can find.
Okay.
Are you talking?
Like, what sort of things are you looking for?
This place is just off, is all.
I'm
Just
looking
feels off.
for
You're kind of off. What are you doing?
anything
Oh,
like
nothing.
a light, money, something weird, a kid left behind.
Cocaine and hookers.
Yeah, I'm afraid at this place, if there was anything valuable here, this house has been abandoned for for decades.
I'm just looking for something.
You could check in the walls.
You could. Would you like to go look in the walls?
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
Okay.
Jamie actually says you could check in the walls if you're looking for something of value.
So is it going to be kind of ear up against the wall, or is it looking in the holes?
Looking in the holes.
Looking in the holes.
Yeah, I'm gonna look in the holes and put my hand in there and feel around for stuff.
Oh, good, excellent.
Oh,
I
I'm
appreciate that you're
Real
doing
deep.
I hope you put your hand all the way in because the rats love that.
So I'm going to ask you now to do me a favor and roll athletics.
Uh-oh.
Now, hold on.
It's always a
And
good sign.
actually, let's see. What's you're playing Danny.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go. Why don't you go ahead and feel around inside the wall? Roll athletics for me.
I have great expectations that
you
you
have
will
a
find what
good-
you're looking for.
Now, I only have a result. Oh no, you had a
I
terrible.
did awful.
Something on your hand.
Ah!
This hurts.
Oh my god!
Like if you yank your hand up out of the wall, there is a large rat that's just held, on your hand. Now,
That's going to get
different.
Get it off! Get it off!
Oh wait, I have better news. The difference between my roll and your roll is 3 points. And damage works a little bit differently. Stress.
Okay.
So if we're looking at your character sheet, right now, you'll see where it says stress.
Yeah.
And you see there's 2 boxes there.
That's too real of a way to judge damage.
Unfortunately, you're going to take 3 points of stress. You don't have a 3 bubble, which means you have to take a consequence.
Ooh.
So a consequence is something that's going to stick with you for a while.
Yeah,
and
like
as
anxiety.
you'd expect, it's an aspect. Well, yes, but this is a rat bite, right?
Yeah.
So
it's going to bleed and fester. It'd be nasty.
Okay, so we're going to have a festering wound. So on your aspect, do you see where it says consequences? It says mild.
Yes.
I'm going to type in there festering wound. You could have done that yourself. And you see how that says stress -2?
Yes.
It means you're only going to take a single point of stress. So go ahead and click that one box on the physical stress.
Okay.
No, not that box.
Oops, sorry.
This box.
Ah, poopy.
It's now filled up. Now, stress takes a couple of minutes to go away, which is good.
Okay.
Consequences take a while.
Oh, poop.
Yeah. So, what do you do to get the rat off?
Can I go
shake
help?
my hand and actually pound it against the wall until it lets go.
I'm not going near that.
All right. Do you want to give me an athletics roll? See how well you pound it against the wall?
Oh, God. I'm afraid.
Well, it's okay. It can't damage you again right now. You got to beat a 2.
Oh.
Okay, so you manage to kind of pound it. It hits the wall, gives a squeak, and drops. Scuttles across the floor.
And I stomp on that mother.
All right, give me an athletics. Go ahead, see if you can stomp on it.
Ew. It was on me.
Okay, you break its back.
Oh,
right?
my
So
God.
And this thing crunches audibly.
Hey, but listen, man, I've heard spines do that when I had kids on the field. You know what I'm saying?
That's disgusting.
Listen, did you want it to bite you again?
No, not really.
Let me do what I do.
What if
No,
it
this
had a
thing is dead
family?
now. It's clearly dead.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you expect any less? You know what I'm saying?
Ew.
I'm about rolling on the floor laughing so hard.
Now, one thing that's important for you guys to realize, if you ever take an attack, there's 3 different kinds that you can see on your sheet: physical, mental, and social. If you ever take an attack that deals more stress than you are able to take, you're taken out. And typically, whoever it is that dealt that stress is going to determine how you're taken out. If you're dealing with a big bad monster and it's physical stress, they're trying to kill you. If it's a big bad monster and they're dealing mental stress, they're going to drive you insane.
It's okay.
Social stress would normally send you fleeing from the house, that sort of thing.
Panties be damned.
Yeah.
Panties be damned, right.
Panties be damned.
I suspect, though, for female characters, like if Danny were to run out of the house, it'd be like granny panties or something like that.
Nah, she could wear my
my
jockstrap.
grandma.
Yeah,
My grandma has these big old granny panties that are about, 40 inches around.
Give her those and some suspenders.
Yeah.
So, since that attack would have been 3 stress, you had to take a consequence to reduce the value of the attack. So you ended up taking the consequence and a little bit of stress. Fortunately, if you take a few minutes, the stress will go away. So I've already taken that off the sheet, because stress goes away when you have a few minutes to recover. But you have that consequence, that festering wound. That's going to be there.
That was real life.
Okay.
So,
Too real.
And it's an aspect, which means later on, I can tag it. All right.
Did anybody bring anything?
What's that?
I said, did anybody bring anything that might get infected?
You mean to eat the rat?
Oh.
Oh,
What?
what?
There's something seriously wrong with you.
Oh. So can
too
I
far?
we would have brought water or something with us to drink for the night. We're teenagers. Wouldn't we have snacks
I've
and
got,
drinks?
yeah, dude. I am always prepared, especially when it comes with like my athletics and stuff. I always got snacks and drinks.
No, give me some of the water that you have with you.
I'll
You
share
gotta
with anybody here but you.
Well, then help her clean her hand off.
There's something
So,
wrong.
I'm like,
would that be
totally
an aspect of always being prepared?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want an aspect of I'm always prepared, you can absolutely take that.
Ew.
So I will. I'll reach one of my leather bottle of water to offer to help wash it off, or try to at least clean it out.
Thank you. Ew. Oh, ew.
Yeah, it hurts a bit.
Suck it up.
I think I'm gonna pick up the rat carry.
You're gonna pick up the rat carcass?
Yeah.
Okay. I got no problem with this at all.
I have many problems with this, but it's fine. It's fine.
I'll go over to the wall and I'm gonna pound on the wall and listen for squeaks away from the hole.
Okay. Yeah. So after a little bit, you'll hear some. You pound on the wall and you hear that skittering noise of rats scurrying away.
Mm.
Oh my god.
Fun.
You
it's
pounded
so
it real good.
What's that?
I said, oh my god, it's so disgusting.
And it
Well,
hurts.
there's more than just the one.
And
There
it
is.
hurts. Is there anything?
If you want to know that.
The price is right. I can make this pain go away.
So was that a mommy rat?
It was,
my God.
It was a pretty good size.
So there are rats everywhere in this house. There's also cockroaches and termites. Oh, it's so
Oh
cool.
yeah, absolutely. This place is terrible. So what are you gonna do?
Well, that
here?
would make sense,
You've-
I guess. with
You've
the rotten
pounded
wood.
on the walls and
Oh,
gotten the rats to flee a little bit. What would you like to do?
Next room?
Oh, you guys want to go living room?
We're gonna stay here all night. We need to find somewhere to.
Well, we don't want
I
to stay
actually
in
thought you had already gone into the living room. That's kind of
Yeah, that
I
would've made
I
sense.
thought
You're
that's
in
where the
living room
candles
here.
were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I had thought as well.
All right. So
So
like,
the study is very similar to the living room and the dining room in that there's mostly empty except for garbage. It's obvious people have come in here. This place has been used for secret assignations, that sort of thing.
Hey.
okay. So if you guys like are still scared, we can go upstairs. But if you're like totally down for it, we can go to the basement.
Hey, I'm down for the basement. Listen, I just want to get to where
Let's
we're
go
gonna
to the
post up for the night. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be here all night. Let's
Oh.
find somewhere where to hang out and get settled.
Oh,
yeah,
we
and
can
then
totally
we can all talk.
Yeah, whatever. So we can totally hang out in the basement. Then that's very cool.
Okay.
Are we sure
I
there's
think-
nobody else in here?
Listen,
And
I'm
I-
just saying.
I will have already set up spider webs for them to go down through.
Oh, okay. So you're basically trying to have some fun with them.
Oh yeah.
Okay. What skill do you think you use for your preparation?
My meanie skill.
Well, meaning
oh,
is
skill.
your aspect. Yeah. What are we gonna roll for this? Deceit, maybe.
Yeah, why not?
So who's going first?
I'll go first.
Okay. So
Of
do
course,
me
we
a
let the
favor.
big dumb jock go first.
Yep, we're gonna
I'll-
have Chris roll deceit, and we're gonna
I'll be behind him.
Okay. Andy, I'm gonna ask you to roll your conviction.
Oh God, did it?
This is bad.
Oh, that's terrible.
Literally.
Oh,
This is a
those
9-point
panties are gonna
swing.
look nice.
This is the 9-point swing,
Oh,
which
geez.
means we're looking at taking 9 mental stress.
Oh,
So when we stand next, is he holding himself in the
Now,
air,
just so
rocking
you're
about
aware,
spiders?
just so you're aware, when you fill in a bubble, you only fill in the one bubble. You don't fill them all in. You only have to fill in the 9
Yeah,
bubbles.
bro.
Now,
I only got
unfortunately-
2 middle squares.
That you're correct. Your conviction is not that high. So
It's
we're
some
going to be
bullshit.
looking at probably a severe mental consequence. Now, if you'd like, we can turn this into a physical consequence instead.
No, I'm
You
good.
try to start karate chopping wires and fall down
I
the
have
stairs.
Arachnophobia.
Okay. So you have arachnophobia. But go ahead and fill in. Actually, we said you were taking 9.
Yeah.
that's gonna be a problem.
This is
So
going to
that'd
be a
be-
problem.
Would that be severe or extreme?
No.
That's extreme.
We're going to uncheck this mental box.
Yep.
You're going to get an extreme consequence.
Bro,
An extreme
can I use a
consequence.
fate to re-roll?
Of course you can.
Yeah.
The only thing, absolutely.
I'll take a 5-point swing. Oh God, I gotta try something.
So what aspect here is going to help you roll better against being terrified?
Always
of spiders?
Prepared.
How are you prepared for spiders? Oh, because you're going down the stairs in this house.
I mean, like,
all right, sure, go for it.
I'm aware of my.
Give us a reroll.
Jesus. Hang on. Hang on. All right, so 4.
So all you're doing is just just starting from the beginning and re-rolling that skill.
And it's conviction, you said?
Yep, just click conviction.
5-point swing.
Much better.
5-point swing. That's a lot better. So, would you like to just take a moderate consequence?
Absolutely.
All right. So go ahead, check that one bubble on the stress track. So, an extreme consequence, by the way, permanently replaces one of your aspects up top.
Oh, yeah, I'll pass that.
Right. Now, for those of you who have read the books for the Dresden Files, if you'd like an example, you can think of Harry's hand.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say, so I'm not giving anyone any spoilers.
Gotcha.
But if you've read it and you know what Harry's hand means, you understand an extreme consequence.
All right, and so I am now at 4 fate points.
You just spent 1, yep. And did you also take that point of stress? You did. Excellent. And so he is quite obviously terrified and freaking out because of the spiders. By the way, Chris, you probably went a little too far there. And if you
I didn't know he had arachnophobia.
And if you keep going too far, it's going to earn you a fate point. I'm just going to put that out there.
Fucking spiders, mother.
Oh, did I forget to mention the spiders?
I hate a spider.
Andy, do you need help?
But she stepped on the rat like it was nothing.
Are you
The
okay?
spiders are smaller.
I'm fine.
Oh, it's fine down here. There's just some cobwebs.
Let's talk about the cellar. There's a very old coal furnace in the corner. This place itself it's really only a little bit bigger than a crawl space, right? The ceiling is probably about 6, maybe 6.5 feet above a dirt floor. It's that kind of old cell, that really old
root
cellar.
cellar.
Little root cellar.
And you're correct. There's evidence of spiders all over the place. The old cobwebs and stuff hanging all over. And it's cold down here.
You can come down here, Chris, if you want. I am not digging this.
I don't like. Cold. Why is it so cold?
Because it's underground, and it's usually cooler when you're underground.
Don't you like insulate your houses and do stuff to keep warm?
Well, this house has been abandoned for decades.
There's no heat. I mean.
Y'all said you wanted a place to sleep, and I get hot when I sleep. So I mean, this is a perfect place for me.
You can
sleep down here with the spiders.
You can sleep your ass down here. I'm going back upstairs.
Oh, are you afraid? Are you afraid?
Listen, I gotta keep this fine specimen at a perfect temperature. Down here ain't gonna do it for me.
Oh, poor little boy afraid. Oh.
Is there anything else down here other than the furnace?
Unfortunately, no. It's old. There's a musty smell.
Is there anything in the furnace?
What's that?
Anything in the furnace? Like,
would you like to go look?
Open up the hatch and see if there's like any wood or old stuff in there.
Old ashes, maybe tiny bits of dirt.
I mean, we could use the wood from the broken slats and stuff if you want.
Does any of the dirt on the floor, you said it was the dirt floor, does any of it look different?
Any of it look like it's been freshly dug?
None of it looks underneath the dirt.
None of it looks freshly dug, but you can give me a roll if you'd like.
Okay.
Investigation, probably.
Yeah.
Is there any way to help looking?
It's
Yes. So yes, there is a way to help, and in fact, the easiest way to help anybody is figure out how you can put an aspect on the scene that they can get a free tag on. Because remember, when you tag that aspect, it can be either a reroll or a +2. So if you come up with a way to put an aspect on the scene, you then pass that aspect to the person rolling, and they have a +2.
All right. I got nothing right now.
Okay.
Well, she's one with the candles, so maybe with the way the light bounces off the furnace gives her a better look at some of the stuff. I don't know.
See, we've always brought wood down here and just lit the
Or
furnace up.
Who's we?
could Andy's kicking around from the spider webs have like moved the dirt around enough that I would be able to see some differences from where the dust has resettled.
Ew, this is so disgusting.
Listen, y'all hold up, man. Y'all need to pay attention to detail. Oh boy over here said we be burning wood. Who is we?
Well,
I don't know.
Chris
Who's
has
it?
already said that they've come, whoever they are, that they've been here
No, I'm
before.
talking about your boy right here saying we be burning wood. I don't know who we is.
Well, you did see the room upstairs with the mattress and such. There's been other people here.
There have been lots of people in here. Y'all just scaredy cats only here for the first time.
I got better things to do, but you know what? I ain't scared
So
of
you're
no
going
I
back
put them
upstairs
down.
then,
Oh yeah.
right? So just to be clear, Andy's going to be up here, and everybody else is going to be down in the cellar.
No, I'll be like,
Coming
You're
up.
by yourself. So you're just at the top of the stairs.
yeah, like
You sure? It's okay to be upstairs.
stop.
I'm just
Stop.
checking.
Stop.
I just want to give you options. That's all.
Bruh, I'm good.
I'm
I'm
not
at
sure
the top
about
of the
your
stairs. I'm just sitting
intent.
at the top of the stairs, still like,
It's chilly and there's spider webs. It's uncomfortable.
Plus, I'm like 6'5". I'd be getting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You'd be kind of like this in there.
Yeah, but you know what? Once you lay down, there's lots of room to lay down.
They only one person in
you
here
want
I'll be
me
laying
to-
down with. You need to go on.
Ew, I am not laying down in this. Oh no, I'm going back upstairs.
I'm afraid it'll remind me of a scene out of
What's up?
Gulliver's Travels. You wake up with spiderwebs all over you, holding you down on the ground.
They don't
I
do
like that
that.
No,
Don't do that.
Bruh.
It's
Come
gonna
on.
be. They're just teasing you, Andy. Calm down. It's gonna be okay.
Dude, will you get off me?
Look. All we gotta do is
What is
grab
it-
some of the wood from the
What is
kitchen,
it
bring
between
it down,
the
and
two
light
of
the
you?
furnace. We
Nothing.
do it
I
all the
just found
time.
A better way. That's all.
A better way.
They're
That's why
just
I'm changing
spiders.
schools.
I mean,
away from
why
my
do you think
ass.
there's ashes in the furnace? We've done this before, yo.
We. He keeps saying we. Man, who else you bring over here? Where they at?
Your girl.
I don't have no girl. What you talking about?
Yeah, 'cause I done took her.
Yo, okay. That's alright.
Look, why
You
don't we
had
just
such
work
potential,
together
man.
and
I
get
just-
through this night. None of us really want to be here. It's just
Well, if you don't want to be here, go.
Hey, y'all said you would come accept the challenge, and now you're done in, so you might
Peace
as well
be with
stay.
you, bro.
I feel like I need to be here.
Yeah, I'm sure your great almighty tell you need to be here. Okay.
There's
Jamie will walk up
something
behind.
weird here.
That's
What's
for
that?
sure.
Something weird here.
Jamie will walk up behind
It just
Andy
feels off.
and
It is
whisper.
off.
It's really different than some other places that you've been.
Are you using your finely tuned third eye down here?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, are you guessing at an aspect that's down here, or are you just trying to see what you figure out?
I have an aspect for down there.
Yeah, what's that?
That would be dank and dirty.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's dank. I know something else is dank. Yuck.
Dan, what were you saying?
I was gonna just get up behind Andy and just kind of whisper that Chris may have daddy issues.
Okay.
But
Not
you're
get
mischievous as
specific,
well, huh?
but No, I'm just kind of hinting at something that I already know.
Hey, I show you daddy issues. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be gross.
Oh, that's just trying to be nice. That's ugh. And she walks away.
So, alright, girl. I'll holler at you later. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna sneak up behind Jamie.
Okay.
And
She actually pulls her book out and stands up at the top of the stairs and just starts reading a few pages.
I will get up behind. I will sneak up behind Jamie and knock the book out of her hand.
All right, so you send the book like skittering down the stairs.
Absolutely.
I'm still downstairs. Can I pick it up and hand it back to Jamie?
Of course, that's the right thing to do.
Why did you do that?
Dust it off.
I would project my superiority and like catch it in midair.
But
like,
you were already up at the top of the stairs, you said, so you were too far to catch it.
Hey, but I could also fleet of foot and get downstairs.
You could. You want to go through those spider webs?
No.
Okay.
It's really nice that you thought about doing the right thing, though.
You don't know what I'm thinking. Shut your ass up.
Here, Jamie.
So what else are you
here's
guys
your
doing?
book. I'm going to dust it off. And
What a cretin.
So what else are you all doing?
I just wanted her to put the book down and take in the ambiance.
you know, there's other ways to get people's attention than just picking
Yo,
on them.
I pull up my shirt and show y'all my abs.
And flaunting. That seems gratuitous.
I've actually seen better abs on one of my books, but that's okay.
Oh, you just want to get laid.
Well, everybody wants what they can't have.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I already took his girl, so he ain't getting laid here.
Okay.
There's other things to focus
Ew,
on.
I so wouldn't get laid in here. This is nasty.
No.
Hey, people have been laid in here, trust me.
And with that, I
Oh,
continue
you're
up the stairs.
disgusting.
And hand me my book back.
All right, so you guys, it sounds like most of you are heading back upstairs.
Yeah.
Hey, pass me first. Nah, we good.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll put you back
I'll just,
upstairs.
like,
Okay,
put a spider by you.
You don't
And
want me
I
to start
avoid-
the fire then?
I avoid Andy for the rest of the night. He's kind
What's
of
up, girl?
me
How you
out.
doing? Hold up. Where you at? There she goes.
Y'all don't want me to start the furnace up?
Hey,
You,
Once-
I mean, the furnace should heat the whole house, so if you feel like doing it, that would be
Looking
great.
at the pipes and stuff with holes in them, it'd be more likely to fill up the basement with smoke.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
I mean, I'm going upstairs. So
Oh
I
yeah,
think it's a
Jamie.
great
I like
idea.
them glasses. What's up, girl?
They might have known. So what are you guys gonna do now?
I
All
tried
right.
to holler at Jamie. She ain't paying no attention.
I'm
No,
going to
she
look
literally isn't.
up the stairs.
You said, I'm
Just-
sorry, you said you're kind of looking up the stairs?
I am looking up the stairs. I'm not going. I'm looking.
Well, you'll be happy to know the stairs kind of do one of these dealios. Right? So it's
Okay.
up a little bit and then a 90-degree turn up the rest of the way.
And they won't be able to see the skeleton I have up there hanging.
All right, so you've hung like one of those Halloween skeletons.
Absolutely.
Okay, give me a roll.
Somebody else go first. You know what I'm saying? I gotta tie my shoe.
Is that another deceit roll or what is that?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Actually, it depends. This are you trying to scare them? You could also go with intimidation. But ultimately, you're trying to scare people out of this house so that you
Yeah.
can. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So who's going up anyone going up the stairs? And describe for me, if you would, please, Christy. How is it that Chris set this up? Is he just hanging there?
Yeah, so before they all come in, I was doing my thing in the house. So I took one of them Halloween skeletons and I put a screw in the ceiling and a little bit of wire, and it's just dangling there that whoever turns that corner gonna walk right into it.
Okay. So I think I heard that Danny was looking upstairs, so kind of peeking around the corner, getting that first glimpse.
She wouldn't be able to see it around the next turn, though.
Is it an open stairwell? This is the question.
Yeah, it's
No,
just,
it's not.
It's
It's small and kind of crowded.
Okay. So then you probably.
is there any spider webs or anything gross there?
Like if you're kind of doing this. No.
Yeah.
No.
If you don't see no spider, no, I ain't playing. I ain't going first again.
Ain't no spiders upstairs.
I'll go first.
Spiders
Okay.
like the cold, damp locations like the basement. I don't know. There'd be some
So
up there.
we're going to get a conviction roll from Danny, and we're going to get that same deceit roll from Chris.
Yep. Chris has already got a +6.
I'm doing a what roll? I'm sorry.
Conviction. No. I'm sorry, not conviction. Discipline.
Oh, see, I could have done discipline.
You did roll discipline.
Nope,
I
you
rolled conviction.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought I told you discipline.
Too late.
I should have
Yeah,
told
that's
you.
what I'm saying. Discipline.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's fine. Yeah.
So you have a 5, difference of a 5. That's going to be more mental stress than you can take. And you don't have you can only ever take one mild consequence at a time. So do you have a way you'd like to maybe boost that up a little bit?
I'm going to use I'm not a kid anymore and be brave.
Absolutely. Are you just basically going to take a +2 on that?
Yeah.
So that gets you to a 3. So go ahead, and you'll see on your mental bubble, just go ahead and check off that 3 box, that third box in.
But there's
sorry.
also rotten floor. There's also
There we
rotten
go.
floors.
So it's a quick little, and then you realize now, as a GM, I hate to reward bad behavior.
Live.
But fate requires I do so. And you have definitely gone too far. You're costing your team resources.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go ahead and give you a fate point for that.
Woohoo!
Poopy!
And I'm going to let all of them give you the finger.
Yeah, blobby clown!
Now, you guys probably have a pretty good idea who's responsible for this. Especially since every time it happens, that whole did I go too far aspect that you got, I suspect you're laughing at the top of your lungs.
I am howling.
us all
I think
here.
this is hilarious.
And you haven't even started using your illusory abilities to create things.
Right, and I still have a dead rat, too.
It's going to be a long night.
It's a very
all
long
right,
night.
so Danny, is Danny going all the way upstairs?
She's muted.
Yeah! Go all the way up the stairs. I'm going to be
Okay.
super brave.
So I will give you the floor plan for upstairs.
Awesome.
Because I'm sure it's just a matter of time before you kind of go into each of the rooms there, and this isn't D&D. So, I think we're having some image issues over there.
We also would have heard stories about the place. It's pretty well known. We'd have a general idea, I would think, of the layout
And
of
what's
the house.
what's that square there?
Like one of those areas where you'd pull down for stairs to come down and go up into an attic.
Oh, I'm
There's
not going
more
there.
rooms.
I'm gonna go to the nursery.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look for bloodstains or
Yeah.
anything that's dark and disgusting.
Why is everything blurry?
So the nursery itself, it's actually kind of has this very, very faded blue paint.
Okay.
There's no furniture or anything else.
Right.
It's still dirty, same as all the other rooms.
Okay.
Maybe not as dirty. There may not be as much garbage and stuff like that here.
This looks like a good room to stay in.
Yeah, just a little baby was just smothered to death in there. It's fine.
I believe in ghosts, and I don't think their baby is gonna hurt me.
Okay.
Have you never read the book Pet Cemetery?
No.
Seen the movie?
Well, the book is
I
so
don't
much better.
read. I don't
Well,
read.
see, the baby that got hit by a vehicle and got brought back and started killing everybody else in the book.
Like
so,
Chucky?
Chucky, that's what is that? I don't recall a
Look,
book
red-headed ginger dude with a knife.
I don't.
It's a
What
doll.
book was that?
It's a movie.
Movie. I don't watch movies.
I could take you to movies. We go watch it sometime.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god.
I'm just trying to help you out, girl. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I bet the bathtub still has blood in it.
I think I've read that book too.
So where else do you look?
I'm gonna leave.
I don't even see a bathroom, so.
I'm gonna run up here and I'm gonna yank the stairs down.
Okay. So the attic opens. It's a pretty loud creak.
Oh, you won't go up in the attic? Oh, yeah.
And just so you're aware, this is old enough where it's that sliding stair, not the folding kind.
Boom.
Yeah. It doesn't hit any of you, you know.
Oh.
Well, that would seem to be mean.
You? No. This is fun.
You going up in the attic, Andy? You big tough guy going up in the attic?
Can I have the flashlight?
You can have a candle if she'll give one.
Ooh, do you want to ask Terry for a candle?
I will ask anybody for something besides Terry. You keep your damn hallelujah ass candle.
It's really bright.
How strong does the ladder look that goes into the attic?
Yeah.
It can hold your weight. Probably.
You have to go one at a time, but I mean, you can get up there.
Well, show us the way, Chris. What's up here?
Cool stuff.
Well, let's go, man. Come on.
Oh, who's going first?
You.
Well,
you know the way around. Show me the way, dude.
I got the flashlight. If I go up there, y'all ain't gonna be able to see.
Do we want to just take a second and all talk together about what we would like to do?
I'm going to head towards the nursery with Danny and kind of look around.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. I'm following Jamie.
Oh my god.
Jamie,
so it's again a faded blue paint.
Where are you going with all that?
You know, pretty empty. In fact, pretty much all the rooms up here are empty. They're dirty. There are still holes in the wall. It's still fairly dark, but you don't have the same amount of detritus and clutter and other stuff that you do downstairs. The floor creaks something fierce as you're walking across it up here as well.
No remnants of what was in the nursery prior? Or has all that been pretty much pulled out?
Now, if I wanted to use one of my stunts and powers, how would I do that?
You basically say, hey, I think my ability can do this, and I say, well, in fact, it can.
Okay, so I want to use glamour to make a ghost crib and a ghost baby and make the baby cry.
That's cruel. All right, so you're basically going to be rolling deceit to create this illusion.
And we're I guess the three of us that are in there need to roll the discipline?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Not conviction this time?
Well, I'm asking you to roll discipline to see if you believe it first.
Well, here's mine.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Damn.
Discipline
everything.
And are you trying to leave it there for a little while? Is Chris going to leave it like
Oh,
that
yeah.
for a couple of
Oh
minutes?
my god.
Hey, so because
Danny, you have said you believe in ghosts.
Yeah.
So there's a ghost child in this room.
I am completely amazed, going, oh my god, look, it's a ghost.
And
Guys, it's a ghost.
I'm always prepared, so I was already aware of my surroundings.
Okay.
So I would say that I get +2 by spending your fate.
You can, but right now she's not. I'm not asking any of you guys to take any stress or consequences off of it. Because she wasn't trying specifically to scare you.
Got you.
Like, I'm just trying to create this image.
Gotcha.
Now she's just playing. I think she's setting something up for later.
So hearing Danny say, "Look, there's a ghost baby in here. Come look." I'm going to go in, and I'm going to see if I can't pray about this baby.
I'm gonna see as well.
Try and help it go to rest.
Because if they can see ghosts
what's
as
going
well,
on here. Y'all some trifling.
Like, do I look at it and go, yes, this looks like a ghost, or do I look at it and go, that's not how the shepherd has described apparitions to us?
And does it look anything like I've ever seen?
So I'll ask you to give me a law roll for Mike. And Terry, why don't you go ahead and what did we say? You guys were rolling was what?
Discipline.
Discipline. Go ahead and roll discipline for me. So you can tell that this is not real. This is some sort of illusory effect.
Danny, this is like the skeleton and this is not a real ghost
And
baby.
Mike, there is no
What do
sense
you
of ghostly
mean?
presence here at all. You see the image.
I'm gonna
There's no spirit there.
swipe my hand through the image to show her, like, look, there's no negative to touch the ghost baby. I can sit here, and it's not real. I'm not getting that.
Dan, what the
someone having sex somewhere?
What the fuck is that? That shit was spot on. I was like, my God.
I'm gonna be upset and leave the room and go into the crafts room.
That's probably that
I'm gonna look around and see if I can find the holographic projector.
Baby in here?
What's that? Oh, no holographic projector.
That's weird.
But you did say you know that Chris is a changeling, right? And
That's right. I did
probably
because I know.
You're probably aware that they have, a lot of Fae have the ability to create seemings, right? Illusions, that sort of thing.
Like the illusion that Chris's daddy used.
Something probably like that.
Yeah, Chris had daddy
And there's
issues.
just so much love going around between these characters. It's great.
Yeah.
Not
Terry,
as much
would
as
you say
not as much as Andy would like, but yeah, I guess.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to tuck in my little one soon-ish.
Do you guys need a few minutes to do that? And
A break would be
Yeah,
great.
a break would be nice.
Yeah, I gotta.
All right, so
I figured you'd tell me when you needed to take it. So
Yeah, I gotta.
go for it.
So we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take ourselves a 5 or 10 minute break.
Thanks.
Yay.
All right. Well, we're back. Before we get back into the game, I do have one announcement I would like to make for those who are actually viewing and with us tonight. Next week, around our break time, we're going to give our giveaway that I had announced back when we started. We finally reached over 100 followers on Twitch. So we will be giving away miniatures of the first group from the Red Star Rising campaign that we started with. So, check back with us next Friday when we come back, and we will have a giveaway, and we'll discuss more of it then, and be some of it on social media, posting and commenting about the upcoming giveaway. So, for those who have helped us reach that marker of 100 followers, thank you very much for being with us. Now, let's get back into the fun, weird thing that's going on here.
And real quick, before we do,
kind of messed up,
that's what I was about to say. It looks like Twitch is a little off. So.
Oh.
No,
days.
it's
I thought that was
I'll
just
leave
my
that
whiskey.
to you.
You mean that?
Yeah.
It's because
right.
I have Zoom brought up behind Roll20, and when I click on Zoom,
Oh, gotcha.
and I've got a display capture because for some reason it wouldn't do a screen capture. Well, whatever. It wasn't doing it right after one of the updates OBS has, so I have to do a display capture.
Technical difficulties.
OBS.
All right. So when we left off, I don't want to say fearless heroes, because some of them have already kind of almost crapped their pants. Our intrepid adventurers, maybe, were exploring the second floor of the old Cranston house, believing that it is probably haunted. And several of you have just seen real evidence of the supernatural in the form of this ghost.
Totally.
Wasn't a ghost.
Wasn't a ghost.
Very funny, Chris.
When Terry says that, I just give you a knowing nod. Not a ghost.
Whatever.
So now that you've kind of exposed this. What now?
I mean, it's already a scary place. Is there really a need to kind of egg people onto an edge that they might not know they have?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Of course you don't.
Hey, some people just get scared in the dark.
Some people just get scared in the dark and feel the need to bring other people with them.
I'm not scared.
Okay.
Well,
if you
let's go
want to
upstairs.
talk about it, I'm here.
Yeah, wait for it. So, where do you guys want to go next?
I thought we was going upstairs since you ain't afraid.
We're
I'm
going
not
to
afraid.
attic.
Well, let's go. Show
All
me.
right.
I've already been in
Show
this
me
whole
the way.
house.
Maybe there are more like ghosts up there.
Okay, so like, if I hold the flashlight, somebody got to go in front of me, because if I go up with the flashlight, then y'all are just going to be going up in the dark, and we already know some of y'all are afraid of the dark, so... I mean, I don't have no problem going up there first.
It's going to be fun, guys. I'll walk up with my candle.
I'll follow behind Terry reluctantly.
All right, so up you go.
And I have placed a bleeding Christ on the cross up there.
And as Terry gets up to the top, there's also rotten floorboards.
There might not be, necessarily. All right, so Terry,
Yes.
it sounds like you are the target of the prank this time.
Since it is a religious icon, would my conviction be what comes into play there? Because I would know.
I think that would be appropriate.
Ooh.
We'll just see how it works.
So close.
I mean, you have candles and a lighter.
You
I do have candles.
With your fate.
And you have all your aspects as well.
Yes. That could,
I forgot about that.
give you a +2.
Develop follower. So I don't feel like the shepherd. I think in this universe, it's more about otherworldly followings and not necessarily like a Jesus
Not like
died on
the
the cross kind
Judeo-Christian.
of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think I would feel very strongly about seeing a Jesus on the cross, especially since I just saw through the last illusion.
Right. So
That was
which of your
there.
aspects do you think is helping you ignore this?
I think the shepherd will guide me. He's taught me that this isn't a thing
Okay.
that I need to fear.
In which case, then go ahead, spend a point. That puts you at a 6, and there's nothing to see here, folks.
Just for her, though.
I just heavy sigh. Really?
Blood coming out of his eyes, his nose, his ears, his hands, his feet, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's unfortunately you're without the element of surprise. She's going to be able to let other folks know. I'm afraid you didn't get anyone on this.
And
one.
I do because
It was a rather good attempt at a stigmata.
I'm sorry, what, Jimmy?
I said that looks like a good attempt at a stigmata.
If that were really a thing we had to be concerned about, but really it's more about just embracing the truth of the magic that flows within the world.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Magic in the world.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, people.
Magic doesn't exist. There's no such thing as magic. There's
But look,
normal
Spider-Man is talking again.
Yeah, him. So there are a couple of things up here, unlike the usual garbage that you've seen everywhere else. It is, again, kind of, a very musty, dusty attic smell. To be expected, of course. The floorboards, as you said, are definitely loose, although not quite as rotten as they were downstairs. And there are, it looks like, a number of crates and boxes up here.
Do the
Ooh, I want to look in the crate.
Okay.
You know what happened last time you tried to look for something? Maybe let somebody else.
Why don't you do it?
Are you offering to help her? Because that's really awesome of you to offer to help protect one of our...
I kick the shit out of the first box I see.
Okay.
Are the crates locked or hammered shut?
There are some of them that are hammered shut. Yeah, you could.
Was it a claw hammer downstairs?
I believe, actually, the older hammers usually was that ball peen kind, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But the crates are old enough that even with a ball peen hammer, you'd be able to kind of, hammer through this thing pretty quick.
Epic.
Yep. If we need it, I'll grab it.
Shit out of that thing.
So you guys start breaking crates open, and it looks like they're just a couple of personal effects. It's very old, very moth-eaten clothes.
Look, Chris, your drawers.
There is one box which probably has two things which might seem a little out of the ordinary. In that there's a wedding dress and a teddy bear. But other than that, it's all pretty.
Wow, look at this dress.
Is the dress in pretty decent shape?
Decent enough if you wanted to try to get a reading off of it.
Yeah, I was going to try to get one off either of them, but that wasn't going to let it be known. I'm just going to pick it up and kind of hold it, see what it looks like.
Bro, that looks fresh on you. Ooh.
And try to get a reading.
Go for it.
And that's going to be...
Investigation.
There you go. I was just trying to remember. 4 is great, I suppose.
Yeah. So holding it, you kind of do get an image of a wedding, and you'll pick up you'll pick up an aspect of happy marriage. So, whoever wore this wedding dress, they were happy about it.
All right,
Let me put a happy marriage on there.
To kind of show, I guess, not let them know about it, but I'll just kind of smile and dance around as if I'm literally there.
I give you just a grin and go, it's a very sweet dress, but be careful. It might be a little dusty.
Yeah, ew.
Paying attention and seeing that somebody actually notices me doing something, I will put it back in the box and grab the teddy bear. As if I was caught doing something I shouldn't have been.
Oh, but
Sorry,
you
I
make a
missed
beautiful bride. What's up, girl?
Look, barring Chris's creepiness up here, it's okay if you want to embrace the past like that.
I mean, if you're that excited to get married, I guess.
No. It's just it was a lovely dress, and I'm sure there was a lot of care put into. Yeah. By the looks of the dress, this isn't just a fling that became a marriage. I'm sure it was something more than that.
Sounds right. And again, you have that aspect. If at any point you feel it's relevant to learn something by tagging a
If
happy
you want
marriage,
to take
you
up
can.
his offer for coupling and happy marriage.
Ew. I want somebody with brains.
I mean, you never know.
If I want to hook up with somebody, they're going to have brains.
We're not kids anymore. We gotta start planning our future.
Yeah.
Oh my
And I'm going to
God.
wait till I'm 35 and have a job before I bring some dick into my life.
That's
Smart.
fair.
She's
I
smart.
like this girl.
And
I'm
what about
so glad you came.
what about the teddy
You
bear?
are way not a kid anymore either.
What about the what?
The teddy bear?
You want to read that too?
I would love to.
Okay.
And I get nothing off of it.
No.
It's just a nice little teddy bear.
It is a nice little teddy bear. Older style, obviously.
All right, I'll fold the dress up nicely, stick it back in the crate with the teddy bear.
Okay.
I'm betting they bought that for the kid. What do you think?
I don't know. It seems a little older than the dresses make, so I'm thinking it might have been somebody else's, like one of theirs when they were younger. Maybe.
So, Terry, you may have noticed that you have that ability that says guide my hand.
Yeah, I have looked at that.
It just seems every, like, this one, as you guys are kind of wandering through, your foot keeps hitting this one board that's loose and sliding it slightly.
Okay. I'm definitely going to investigate that board then if I'm being drawn
Flips
to
up.
it.
Yeah, I mean, it seems a little like that. And it flips up, and there's some sort of, like, almost squarish package that's wrapped in this, in cloth.
The first thing I'm going to do
Is
is
it about
I'm
like
gonna
7
look
inches by 7 inches, something like that?
No. I'm going to look at Chris and go, is this another one of your pranks? I'm just going to pull it up because I don't think anything's going to hurt me in here.
Okay, so you just, like, pull it up and throw it.
No, I pull it up. Like, I'm still cautious about it because I'm being drawn to it. So, but I think I'm like, am I just being, like, shown something before it happens? Like, is this another one of your pranks? I'm going to lift it out because I don't want to trigger whatever
It's just a
they
jack in
might
the
have
box.
said.
Just pull it out, bro.
It's just a jack in the box. It's
Leave
not
it
big
to a
deal.
jock to say that.
So I will lift it up and
Okay.
look at the. I don't unwrap it
open
yet.
it.
I just hold it. What does it feel like? Is it heavy?
About
Is it
7
not heavy?
pounds.
It seems like the bottom is flat, parts of it are lumpy. You're not entirely certain, but
I'll
feels
set
like
it on the
there's more than
floor
one
in front of
object
me.
here.
Yeah, I'll set it on the floor in front of me and
Ooh.
open it up.
Want me to
So-
break it?
Doing this.
Yeah.
And there's 3 things in here. First, a very old, very tarnished cup,
Okay.
right? Tarnished meaning most likely silver.
Right.
There's an old paring knife with things scratched on it. And then there's some sort of small sketchbook.
I will flip through the sketchbook.
So the sketchbook has weird and disturbing images in it. Like you can't make out exactly what these are, Someone's, I mean,
This looks like someone's crazy brain was just like an outlet, or is it like depicting more of like harming things?
Is it a kid's kind of sketchbook or more of an adult kind of sketchbook?
well, it's because it's a much older one, probably before people. Well, it's smaller. I don't know how you would differentiate between an adult and a kid's sketchbook.
Well, you can tell the way the color, like colored drawn crayons are as opposed to pencil type drawings.
No. This is more like done with charcoal.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And
black mess with red eyes kind of deal.
A
black mess with red eyes kind of deal.
Things like that, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to look up and go, as I flip through it, do I get any feeling from it in regards to any purpose of me finding it, we'll say?
Oh, look at Cherry. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
That's not even a thing that we do.
You can roll lore if you'd like.
Well, if you found that crap, I wonder where the Jack-in-the-Box is. I left it around here somewhere.
So, the things vaguely resemble some of the various denizens of the Never Never.
Okay.
Some of the various supernatural entities that share the earth with mankind.
Okay.
Right?
So not like a Book of the Dead.
No. I mean, they're sketches, right?
All right, so maybe someone saw some things from the Never Never they weren't used to seeing, and they were trying to
any
draw
of those
out what
sketches
they were.
look like something I might have?
That seems feasible.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to take it as.
Sounds good.
Ew, what's
anybody
that?
ever heard of any of the Fae in this house?
Fae? Fae? What do you mean by Fae?
I'm telling you, if you come to these
My head
meetings,
is
you'll
killing
learn a little more.
That means you've been doing a little bit too much of this if you go in a meeting, my friend. Meetings are
I know
for
what you're
quitters.
talking about.
Okay, I'm lost. Did anybody see my Jack-in-the-Box?
No, not unless you meant the. Can I investigate the tarnished cup a little bit?
Yeah, looks like it's silver.
Does it have any etches or
The knife
names
did,
engraved
though.
on it?
No, it's kind of small, almost
Like
goblet
a baby
shaped.
cup? Or goblet
No,
shaped? That's
more
not-
goblet shaped
like
than
a-
baby cup.
Like a ritual cup?
Ooh. Paring
It
knife.
definitely looks more like a
tarnished
ritual
cup.
cup. Yes,
A small paring knife, you say?
yes, with some scratches on the blade. Would you like to roll lore for me?
I would like to roll.
If somebody
more.
else would like to instead, they can. But you seem to be the one examining all of this.
I am very much looking at them. Oh,
Okay, so you're fairly certain that these are some mystic symbols that have been scratched onto the blade itself. This looks like this is obviously, quite
Like a
obviously, a ritual.
sacrificial?
It's an athame,
okay.
right? And the silver cup, an athame, is typically used in various magical practices.
Ooh, look to see if there's any blood in that cup.
That's what my mind went to.
There is not.
Okay. And what it was wrapped in, was there anything special about the whatever it was wrapped in? Was it like a?
Just a soft cloth, probably
Soft cloth.
to keep it from getting wet.
I'm going to
there,
put everything.
Anything on the cloth? Like any symbols, or
Can
is
I
the
get
cloth
anything
literally
off
just a cloth?
of the
cloth was
book
just a
itself?
cloth. Say that again, Dan?
I was gonna say, is
Oh,
there
the
any?
sketchbook.
Can I get anything off the book itself?
Here,
Are
do you want to
you
see it? And I
psychometric
hand
reading
it
the
to
book?
you.
Yes, I am.
Go
You
for it.
like books? Here, see what you can.
And this is an investigation again.
It is.
Would the veil being thin do anything to help with the book? If it's about the Never Never?
And I don't know if books or my escape
entirely
would be any
possible.
good, but I mean, I already got a superb on the roll, so
Oh,
You
okay.
do. So the book itself, you're holding it and you begin getting visions of, like, as you're looking at the page, it's like the visions come alive and you see it moving around. In terms of, if we were to think of this as a movie, you could think of almost the original It, when some of the pictures are coming alive, that sort of thing.
No, thank
And
you.
that was a good movie. So that's kind of what Jamie is seeing, as all of these images are hitting her. This is going to be incredibly disturbing to you. You're going to pick up the aspect of maddened mother.
Do we notice any reaction? Do you let any outwardly reaction from this?
Yes. I'm going to ask that Jamie give me a discipline roll. Now, Dan, you have not filled in all of your skills.
Right.
So if you'd like to move discipline up to a fair before you roll, you can do that. But once the dice hit the table, you're stuck waiting.
Yes, I need to
Can I whisper into Jamie's ear?
Is that an idiot thing?
What are you
Is that
whispering?
an edit thing?
Put my stuff back.
So are you going to go ahead and roll that conviction? Okay.
Conviction or discipline?
I was going to say, you said
What I said?
discipline,
Oh, I'm sorry. I said discipline.
but
I
I
don't know
need
why I keep
to
doing that.
move it
That's
up
okay.
to fair before I do so.
Yeah,
and I need to, was that edit? No, it's not edit, what I just did.
No, you click this button here, and then you'd scroll to discipline and change the 0 to 2, like that, and click it back.
Well, tell me what button you're clicking.
I did it for you.
I know,
thought you
but
were watching. Compact view.
Gotcha. Okay, thanks.
Yep.
All right. And I'm do the best I can not to let it be known that I'm literally not there.
Yep. And the only problem we have when you're done with this, can only have 3 skills at fair. So one of these needs to be average. Right? Conviction, lore, discipline, lore, stealth. One of those you need to just move to a 1. But you can go ahead, finish the roll, and then fix that after. Or you can do it now.
Unmuted, I have a quick question.
Okay.
What's your question?
So the skills, so the number of slots we have are different for every character, correct?
No,
Oh,
it should be
right.
1 at great,
Mhm.
2 at good, 3 at fair, 4 at average.
Okay, because I only
However,
had 2 at fair. and
correct,
none.
because
Okay.
they weren't all filled in.
Okay, so I can
Part
move...
of the process, yes, of creating the character.
Okay.
You fill in based off of, like, the interview that we did at the beginning and what you think.
Right, I
felt
wasn't
about the
sure
character. You
because I
fill
came a
those
few
in.
minutes. Okay.
So, how did we do? Oh,
I did too.
Terrible.
how did you do so? You rolled a -4.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
I'll take skill.
Are you now? The maddened mother is not your aspect.
Oh, oops.
Yeah. I'll grab that. I'll take that off for you.
I got it.
So, do you want to re-roll that using one of your fate points and an aspect?
Who am I rolling against? Is it you, right?
Well, in this case, it's going to be. You know what? Let me see how well I rolled. I only have a total of a 2. So I only all these images flooding into your mind. It's only going to be 4 mental stress.
Okay. So take 1
which
mental
will basically
stress.
knock. No. When 4 would be fill in the 4th box that doesn't exist.
Right.
So it would basically, drive you insane, and you'd be done playing for the evening.
Oh, well.
Because you'd be taken out by this and driven insane.
All right, well, let's just spend a fate point and use books from my escape, I guess. Would that help?
In other words, this is a book, and a book can't hurt you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Are you re-rolling? I'm okay with it. Are you re-rolling or just taking a +2?
I think I'll re-roll.
Go for it.
And if I see them in distress, can I try and calm them down? I mean,
if he has to do this a second time, then
And you
yeah.
say drop my fate
2.
points down to 2, right?
So you spent 1, so drop the. So at this point, we both have that same result. 2, it's a push. Are you going to continue trying to read anything from this book? Or
Hell no, I'm tossing it across a room.
Okay.
Oh,
But what about my thing?
So with the way that the images were flooding into her mind, she wasn't even really able to even hear you, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a reason for it.
But your mindset might have thought when I threw it across a room that it was you that caused me to do so.
It must have been you. It was you. You scared her.
It was totally me.
It was totally. That's actually a great aspect for this character, by the way. It was totally me. Someone who's going to admit, yeah, I did that. It was totally me. I got
Takes
you.
credit for everything.
It might be. Yeah, so you have picked up the aspect maddened mother. At some point, that may become relevant. We'll put that on here.
Noted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oh yeah, we can take notes on so many different things in this game.
Notes.
Noted. So.
They're bad notes.
Yes,
not
you've
reliable.
thrown that across the room.
Yep, and I am not going to touch any of the other items that came out with it.
I'm going to go
Not
pick
gonna
up the
try to
book
read
and put it
the-
back together.
At this point in time, I'm like, no.
Okay.
Are you okay? Jamie, what happened?
What's up with that book? Mind if I take a look? And I want to just flip through and see what
Yeah, I'll have
so bad.
No, I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Are you using your finely tuned third eye?
If you don't mind.
Go for it.
Okay. Lore roll.
Yes.
Okay. Superb.
Well, on a superb, it's actually, superb. Looking through the images, it almost seems you're not sensing any energy about them per se, but it seems like if someone had the ability to metaphysically see the supernatural and then try to capture those images on paper, this is what it might look like. Now, you've heard of people having the ability to that have a third eye and can open their sight and see the supernatural world as it really exists. And it looks like someone did that, and just all of those terrible images that poured into their brain just got put down on paper. And looking at the reaction and with a superb, it looks like Jamie just got a little bit of a glimpse of that.
Interesting.
And did so with, I mean, it was a straight into her brain. And Jamie, those images are still there.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to go away.
She probably seems a little shaken, but she's trying her best not to let it be known.
Of course.
She's probably even pulled her book out and realized she can't read it in the light we have right now, but she's still holding it in her hand.
It's okay. You know what the words say in this one.
Oh yeah, I've read it. I've read it several times. It's actually a short story of some guy in Chicago.
So I'm gonna go up to Jamie.
Yep.
And right now may not be the best time, but timing is a little bit of everything. And Jamie, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think what just happened, you might have something special about you that can let you pull things into your mind and sketch them down.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think you know what you're talking about.
I think I know what I'm talking about.
Page 34.
This is not the crazy you're looking for.
I'm in denial. Not just a river in Egypt.
Okay, page 34. Frozen in layers. She starts reciting something out of a book.
So, hey, Danny.
Careful with what happens from here on. You gotta be careful. Don't let these things take control.
Oh my god. What do you want?
You know, like I'll share my flashlight with you if you sleep beside me tonight.
Jamie, you don't have to be pressured to do anything that you're not comfortable with.
Dream on.
Fine. I'll keep that in mind.
What is it with boys? Always think
Not all boys.
Are we done here?
God, he's such
Oh,
a
God.
child. I'm not a kid anymore.
All right, so are we sleeping up here or what?
Here's the book, Jerry. You can keep a hold on that.
Thanks. I'm gonna wrap
Just
everything back up
be
nicely
careful.
and reverently.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put it back where I found it and replace the board because I feel like this wasn't. I meant to know about it, but I don't feel like it's for me.
It's
Okay.
probably best if you hold on to it, in my opinion.
I hand them the bundle if you would like to.
I'll put it away.
You put it away in your backpack, in your pocket, or in the floor?
In my pocket.
Okay.
That's a big
I
pocket.
put it
you
away.
have.
I just wanted to double check.
Yep, no, it's on me.
Okay, so you're holding on to the
The
goblet.
knife,
Okay.
goblet, book.
I'm gonna keep the
all bundled.
knowledge about it in my head, obviously,
Of
but
course.
I don't.
Can
So
I?
will Jamie, in
this
fact.
is for me to
No.
use.
What was that?
Can
So
I?
will Jamie. She'll keep the knowledge of that in her head.
Yeah.
Y'all
Hey,
are
she's
boring
actually making
me.
her way downstairs right now.
Can I
Okay.
stealthily put it away on my person?
Are you trying to make it look like you're putting it back and hiding
I
it?
was gonna say I just
Yes.
handed it to you. I know
Yeah,
you have it.
give me a stealth roll. Actually,
Safe.
you can do it. Is anyone really paying attention to Mike? Or is it, you know...
I mean, if I just gave
Totally
it to
not.
him,
I had the creeps from this guy coming on to me.
I knew he was gonna keep it because I went to go put it away, and Mike's
So you
like,
don't
"No,
care.
maybe we should keep it with us." So
And
I
I'm not
know
paying
he's
attention to
gonna
Mike because I don't want. He's already pointed out things that I don't want.
I ignore this dude all the time.
Perfect.
Yep. So, you don't need to roll. Nobody cared.
Yep.
And I'm
That-
plotting
that-
my revenge.
And not
so.
my concern.
You think
I don't
you
care.
put it away stealthily.
I think so.
That's
Revenge for what?
You
I
spurned.
didn't say that out loud.
But you did.
all right, so you guys said you're heading back downstairs.
Why is
I'm
your
going to the
hand
master
raised?
bedroom.
Okay.
Of course you are.
I'll put the attic up and close it.
Okay. So, master bedroom, you know, large for this size room, closet.
Yeah, I'm not going into any room that he is in.
Really? So
Not
Terry
alone.
and Andy not getting along.
No, Jamie is not going the same
Jamie,
room.
well, I mean Terry and Andy as well.
Oh,
but-
yeah, Jamie. Right.
I think Jamie has a thing for Andy, but it's alright.
Jamie, you don't
Yes.
ever have to be alone with him if you don't want
Andy
to.
is a legend in his own mind.
I
That's
think
right.
Andy has a thing for Andy.
Of course.
So yeah, the only thing that's probably of any interest is there is a large dark hole punched through the space in the walls in the closet.
Hey, Danny, why don't you stick your hand in that hole?
Oh my God, you're such a child.
I'll go do it. I'll just run up to the wall and just.
I
Okay.
hope there's no spiders in there.
No,
It's a little late for him.
I already said no. Fortunately, nothing kind of grabs at you or anything else.
But I don't feel anything or.
Are you going to feel around? Give me an investigation roll.
Yeah. And you know, I'm gonna do it. Nah, that's fine.
You can always decide to use your points and stuff like that. After.
Yeah. Nah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Just straight up investigation roll.
Not really.
Gotcha. All right.
I mean,
Well, it's
you
worth
can
a shot.
tell that the way the house is built, the space in the walls here, it's going to go all the way down to the ground floor.
Gotcha.
You know, so if you,
Ah!
you
Ah!
could drop
Rat!
that dead rat and it would fall all the way to the floor. You know,
Gotcha.
not a big deal.
No, I'm good.
Look, y'all want someplace to sleep? We could either go to the storage room or the other bedroom.
Oh,
Why
is there a
not
bed
this
in here?
bedroom?
The storage
No beds.
room Swords with a question mark.
Yeah, it's all because looking at it, it's like, what else could this be? It's just there's, yeah,
Could be an office.
could be what?
An office.
Or a workout room, right?
I pick these up and put them down.
It's a torture room.
So I mean,
You did say Shades of Grey. That's what I'm talking about.
well, it was a different game, but yes.
Well, I don't think that's torture
Are
per
we doing
se.
that one next Friday or no?
I don't know. You can run it.
No.
I'll play
Are
it.
you doing it next Friday?
Yeah,
or
You want to
is,
run
you know,
Dresden Files? I'll
Probably
play.
not.
Sign me up. Which, by the way, I'm very excited to run Dresden Files this week and finish next week because the book comes out on Tuesday. So I'm
Nice.
super duper excited. And I've scheduled off Wednesday so I can stay up all night reading if I want to.
Nice.
Nice.
It's Christmas. Anyway, you guys at this point have pretty much explored the entire house.
I
So why
think
don't
we should
pick a
sleep in the
central
nursery.
location? It's sleep in the nursery.
Oh, you want to sleep with the dead baby?
It's
Yeah,
not
why
a
not?
real dead baby.
I think I'm gonna sleep in a bathtub. It's comfortable.
Speaking of bathtubs, I'm gonna go sit on the toilet for a second. Ooh.
Okay?
Them
The
burritos.
plumbing doesn't work here.
The
Remember,
plumbing does
I
not
tried
work.
the
Hey,
sink
listen,
doesn't
here.
matter,
I don't care.
apparently.
When you got to go, you got to go.
What would
Well,
you
so
see
you're
when you
aware-
open that toilet?
You are not the only person who had that philosophy.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, there's a floater.
It's not a floater. There's no water.
Yeah, I was gonna say I doubt there's a floater.
It's
It's
just
like a mountain.
it's
just
it's just
sitting.
a pile
It
of it
looks
sitting
like
in
a
the
dead
bottom.
rat, but it's just
I think we all get the picture.
Yep.
yeah.
It's a
I think
mound.
I think I'll
Okay,
pass.
so I'm gonna have to go, guys. I hope you have a good night.
Is it a festering pile?
Oh god.
No. No.
Oh.
But it's unpleasant.
Unfortunately, Palin's not here, so we can't use the whole "it's covered in maggots" deal.
Oh.
Everybody can sleep in their own
I would have
room if
worked.
they
I would have
want.
found a way to work him into the game.
I'm sleeping in the nursery. I don't care where anybody else sleeps.
Okay.
When you checked the nursery, was there anything in the craft room?
Not really. No. Pretty empty. Most of the floor up here has been pretty empty.
I'm gonna stay in the master bedroom.
All right. So if you guys are getting ready to bed down for the night, why don't you guys move into the rooms where you're sleeping?
All right.
You're all spreading out.
You're welcome.
I mean, I'm not thinking anything in particular.
I said what I said.
I'm in here doing push-ups, doing some crunches.
So, because Terry knows about my secret, I'm gonna share with you everything that I've noticed up till now. How that there's nothing sticking around in this area, and it feels really off.
Which doesn't make a lot of
Compared to
sense
normal.
considering the items that we found in here are significant. I
And the
wonder
way
if someone's
that-
put a ward up.
The way that Jamie reacted is kind of leaning me towards that maybe, you know, she might have a third eye.
I wouldn't be surprised. She does like to stay on her own, and I was surprised to see her here, actually.
Yeah, that may have been my fault.
Where are you at?
You're in a different
You're in
room.
here with me.
Am I? Okay.
I hear you from across the hallway. I'm glad.
I'm
you
being
came,
quiet. I'm
you
being
at, homie?
quiet.
too. You didn't say you was being quiet. I heard everything.
I was sharing with her. I'm not shouting out loud.
So can I?
What are
go
y'all in there
ahead
talking
and-
about?
Girl, they
if we
talking
can-
about you.
The shepherd has taught us a way to kind of channel our energies, which might benefit you if you ever want to come with me. But I would like to use guide my hand, and
Tell me how.
I am going to use a try and see if there's any spiritual guidance available for me. I'm in the room where we found the items. So I'm just going to sit on the floor and open my senses up to the universe and allow it to guide me, since it guided me to stub my toe basically on this loose floorboard and see if is there anything else in this house that I can help put to rest, is what I'm gonna say.
You can, if you'd like, you can give me a faith roll.
Andy's libido.
Not really gonna help that.
Now, real quick, are you doing the faith manages and spending a point, or just
No, I'm
trying to see what's here?
I'm gonna spend a point.
Okay.
And,
Candles and lighter?
This is a point in terms of I'm declaring that I have some kind of spiritual guidance.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Cool.
you said
So go ahead and just spend the point then. I don't need a roll.
okay.
Because the faith powers could be pretty good.
I am down to 1 point.
Yep. You feel like you left something in the kitchen. And just kind of, running down there real quick. The doors of the cabinet are open, and the toolbox is there, as if something is messed with it.
Now, is it different than when we saw it before? You found the hammer, or no? It's just
Because I pulled the hammer and pipe out and whatnot.
And a screwdriver.
Did you? I thought you had only taken. I thought you only had. Well, he was kicking the boards open. Then you said you were going to go down and get the hammer. I didn't think you had actually gone down to get it.
Well, I mean, when I didn't leave,
Laid them out.
I didn't go and get it, but I pulled them out.
But
and
when
set
he
them down.
initially looked at it,
Yes,
he pulled them
that's
out.
what I did.
So.
That's what I'm talking about. I didn't go down and get it because he was just like, "Fuck these boxes, smash!" And it's like, okay,
right. That's why I didn't think you did.
So I'm gonna look over Mike and go, I think there's something downstairs, and I'm just gonna get up and go.
Okay.
I'll grab your arm and be like, "I'll go with you."
What are you fools doing?
And I'll.
Yeah, I say nothing to Andy because
of course not.
You don't believe in what I believe in anyway. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to look at the open cupboard, the toolbox. I'm going to pull the toolbox out down on one of the ragged counters that are still there. And
yep.
Chris, I think those two are leaving.
Try and look at it.
The tools, they seem to be in decently good shape. Like, someone took care of them. I mean, it's probably worth holding on to in case you were to find some nails or something. You could, fix the floorboard or whatever else. Just feels like it's worth.
I don't know why I feel like we need this, but I think we need this toolbox.
I'll grab the hammer and pipe. I'll take that stuff with us if you want to carry that up.
Is there any moon?
We'll take everything upstairs.
Rod?
No, it's a new moon.
Oh, joy.
Perfect.
What?
Nothing bad can happen on a new moon.
Nothing.
Can't use a moonlight to nothing. Okay.
No. Unfortunately, it's going to be difficult to read.
All right, so we take.
However, you guys have been exploring the house for a couple hours. You're probably pretty tired.
I still take the toolbox back upstairs.
Mentally stressed.
Of course. All of the stress that you guys have taken has had plenty of time to go away. So feel free to take that off the sheets if you have anything.
But my consequences stay, right?
Very awesome.
Yes, the consequence will stay.
Very awesome.
Okay, so I'll snuggle up with my toolbox.
Okay.
Now, is everyone asleep?
I'll put the hammer in the toolbox with you.
All right.
I'm going to sleep.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit with my back against
it sounds like
towards the door.
Okay. I heard Chris ask if everyone was asleep.
Yeah.
So Chris, I think you're waiting to do something until everyone is asleep.
Absolutely.
I won't sleep. I'm very aware of my surroundings.
I trust that my faith is going to protect me.
I'm sure that it will.
And I'm paranoid? Probably?
So you're sleeping lightly?
Yes.
I'm going to sneak over to Danny and put the dead rat on right beside her head.
Okay. So you're walking down the hallway.
God, you
Stealthily.
suck. God,
What's
you
that?
suck.
Are you like slowly sneaking down the hallway?
Oh yes.
Okay. So you're slowly sneaking down the hallway, still slowly sneaking down. It seems a little further away than you remember. Like, you've been sneaking down this hallway for a good 15-20 seconds longer than you think you should.
Well, it's like a weird house, like one of them crazy houses at the carnival.
Yeah. And as you're thinking that, it's almost like you kind of see this visual image of this hallway just kind of stretching. So I'm going to ask you to give me that discipline roll that everybody else has been getting from you. I'm sure you'll be fine. You are. It just felt for a moment like something wasn't right.
I shake my head and whatever. I'm going to put this dead rat right on top of her. That's what she gets for being mean to me.
You suck.
Jamie's got her back in the corner and kind of sitting up sleeping with her book in her hand.
All right. So give me a go. You sneak down the hall. Everyone's sleeping for the most part. I will ask you for a stealth because apparently Mike is a light sleeper.
And I'm awake.
Yeah, I got. Do you care what paranoid probably is?
It basically it makes
Plus
you more
2
alert.
to alertness versus.
It's usually
surprise.
if it's a hey, we're gonna roll alertness for like an initiative or something like that.
Yeah, that I'd have a +6 for that.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty sneaky.
I am. You have to be in my line of work, you know?
In another world, I might. You're muted, sir.
I did not see anything.
I said for a moment you see a form there and then it's gone.
Ooh.
Who sold that?
You did.
Oh.
As you were doing something mean. So give me another one of those mental defense rolls. Oof.
Discipline or convention?
Discipline. I have a 7.
6. Menace. Or
This does
Oh, my
not
stealth
have
was
that.
good.
Your stealth was amazing.
We don't see you get freaked out at all.
Well, you might hear him get freaked out.
No, I'm pretty quiet.
As that is 6 points. Coming mental stress. What would you like to do about this? We can spend some points to raise what you got going on there, or we can look at consequences.
Somebody may be
Or
starting to jump at shadows.
because I'm a half fae.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And my dad's, you know, who he is.
The trickster changeling, you think that would give you a +2?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So that gets you to a 3, so we're looking at a difference of a 4. But you still only have 2 mental bubbles, so we got to cover another difference of 2.
Put her to buzz.
And we can either do it with another point, a different aspect, or we can do it with a consequence.
Consequence.
Y'all are just mad I got a fate point for being a meanie. That's what it is.
Hold on. If it helps you,
Not
everyone
bad.
who plays this character does.
And it's dark.
Every single one who plays this character gets one.
And there's rotten floorboards.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mind taking a mild consequence.
Okay.
Can I use a point to go up to? I don't know.
So you're at a 3, and compared to my 7, so it's a difference of 4. If you take a mild consequence, see how it says stress -2?
Yeah.
Then we would only fill in your second stress bubble. One thing that's nice, you don't fill in all the bubbles. If you take 2 stress, you fill in the 2 bubble. The only time it's ever a problem is if you've already filled in the 2 bubble and you take 2 stress, it rolls up. And if it rolls off, problem, you're taken out, the same as if, yeah. So a mild mental consequence will be more than enough to, we'll take care of this. You'll take that and fill that second mental stress bubble, and
Okay.
I'm thinking you're terrified.
As a half-fae, I would be terrified?
Of whatever it was, that thing that just appeared in front of you. That was not an illusion.
Still a teenager.
Yeah, but I've been around
and being
like
fae, even
unseelie
being
fae.
fae. Yeah, but it still doesn't keep you from having any kind of fear of other things, because even unsilly fae have enemies.
So what do you think it would be instead if it's not terrified?
Sharded.
I mean, there's some sort of fear thing going on here, because this thing did to you what you've been doing to the others all night.
I think I would be in a little bit of shock.
Okay, so state of shock.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put state of shock down there for you. And we fill the 2 bubble, not the 1. Just like that.
Sorry.
That's okay. So, probably can't help yourself, but a little comes out. And Mike is a light sleeper, and he's probably going to wake up from that.
Yeah.
And Andy specifically said, I'm trying to stay awake.
Right.
They're probably aware that something's going on. What do the rest of you want to do? Or what do the 2 of you want to do?
I'm going to get up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Peek out the door, but on my way by, I slap Terry on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? What?
Not too terrified. And I'd be like, I heard something. And I'll peek out the door.
So there's a very, very pale, nervous-looking Chris standing kind of above Danny.
What are you doing?
Any presence of any supernatural?
Give me a roll.
And Danny and myself are still asleep, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Looks clear.
No, everything's fine. I don't see anything.
Are you
rolled
okay, Chris?
absolute shit.
Looks like Chris is trying to leave.
Yeah, it looks like
Scaredy
somebody's gonna have to wear their underwear to
Chris,
school.
what's
What
the
are
matter?
you? What are you doing with that rat?
I'm just gonna drop the rat, turn around, and head back to my bedroom.
Why are you all in here?
I'm peeking out the door. I'm not in there.
Oh, I thought y'all were in the room giving him a hard time.
No, I'm in the hallway. Like
I'm just standing like at the archway here, the door, just like
peeking out the doorway,
taunting him.
Are you okay? I'm talking after you as you're walking away. I'm genuinely concerned for your well-being.
I don't say a word.
He looks like he's in a little bit of shock.
Okay,
Not my problem.
Is Danny awake or asleep at this point still?
You guys are all talking. Danny may have woken up. What do you think, Danny?
No, I'm sleeping through it.
Okay.
I'm gonna move the rat that was dropped away from Danny.
Would roll an alertness to see?
You have that big hole in the wall. You could just toss it in there.
No, I'm just gonna put it like in a
Rod.
corner or something away.
Okay.
We'll try an alertness to see if actually get woke up by their conversations.
If you'd like, or you can say, "Hey, I think they woke me up."
I wasn't whispering.
Well,
yeah. So I don't have a problem with you just saying, "Yeah, it woke me up."
What's going on?
I don't
Looks
know.
like somebody was planning on playing with a rat in your room.
Well,
and now they're
that.
scared out of their mind and walking back away from you.
Did you hear anything else before?
Just you
we
guys
got here?
talking.
I'm sorry.
Kind of loud.
Didn't mean to wake you up.
Ooh, hi, Mikey. Look at the manners. Go back to bed.
I don't recall anybody asking you for help today.
If I need a wall
say to
kicked
Terry-
in, I'll call you, Andy. Other than that, you can stay in your room.
That's fine.
Quietly to Terry as I walk back. I didn't see anything, but I have no idea if there's anything in here. It's
Not a normal
awful
reaction.
sketchy. Yeah.
Not from the trickster.
Yeah, he doesn't normally act like that.
No.
But I'm not seeing anything, so.
I'm going to go peek into where Chris was walking back to and see if I notice anything different. Make sure you're okay. Ask if you want to talk about anything. Normal, annoying things.
Have you met the shepherd?
I am staring at the wall and not responding to you.
I'm just going to sit down on the other side of the room just so you're not alone. Like, I'm here if you do decide you need to talk. Otherwise, we don't have to.
Start scratching on this wall here.
I bang on
Okay, so you guys hear scratching on the wall. You bang on the wall, then you hear banging on the wall.
I'm going to be in the same room as Andy.
Okay.
I'm going to walk on there and be like,
Let's go.
Just look at you like,
yeah, so
what are you doing? Whatever.
What's your problem?
Just get out of here.
So hold on. So you're kind of like this, and there's the someone's now banging on the wall.
Yep.
I'm still staring at the wall, not speaking.
Yep, I understand.
What are you guys doing?
Hey, what's up, Jamie? What's up?
Walks back in here.
See, you ran her off. Will you get out of here?
So, Jamie, when you were there, though, you could see the two of them were talking, and it seems like someone from the room next to theirs is banging on the wall.
Just, if you want to talk to each other, go to the other room. Jeez, why knock around?
The banging's gonna wake me up, and I'm gonna be like, "Will you please shut up? I'm trying to sleep." And then I'm gonna replace my sleeping mask.
Sleeping mask.
So, Terry, it seems that Mike and Andy continue to bang on the wall. What are you going to do about that?
He's banging on the wall. I'm just in there with him.
No, you.
That's not what he said. I'm gonna get up and go see if there's get up and walk in the room. Be like,
I dash out.
Stop banging on the wall.
No, they're not. They're not even by the wall.
Well, did you hear that?
I don't know what you're talking about. I heard nothing. And I elbow.
Huh?
It sounds different. It's not even on the same wall, right? So it's gonna sound different.
It does. And when you ask about that, it stops instantly.
And I go put my hand on the wall where I thought the noise was coming from and just kind of close my eyes and focus.
Oh.
I mean, kind of.
Weirdo.
Yeah, I'm weird. I'm not using a fake point or anything. I'm just trying to see if I can open myself up to the possibility of something being in the wall.
Seems to have stopped whatever it was. It was probably them.
I'm just going to sink down into the corner of the room and make myself small.
Okay.
I'm going to go sit back.
Mike, you're starting to think that there might be some sort of spiritual turbulence here of a kind that you've probably not dealt with. But hey, you're hanging out with people. That's fun.
Yeah, that's great.
All right.
It's perfect.
Yes, this is my last.
I'll go back with Chris. And has there been any change? Chris, are you still staring at the wall, comatose?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I'm going to want to go in this corner back here where I can keep an eye on you. Like I can see your face, but I can also see the wall that was freaking me out for just a second.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to sit with it's probably a bad idea, my back in the corner, just so I can...
Maybe I should ask, are any of you able to get back to sleep?
I'm not sleeping.
I'm not going to sleep yet.
Oh, I do. I go right back to sleep. There's nothing bothering me.
Okay.
So,
I'll
until
sit
I
in the
pull the
corner
steps down
where
and
I
make a
was
loud
at
ass
and-
noise again because somebody closed them.
Yeah, since the banging and the talking, it's going to take me a little bit longer to get back to sleep.
Yeah, and probably I mean, it's not going to be easy for the two of you in the nursery either because it's kind of cold in there. You know, like your breath is pluming in front of you, cold.
Okay. Would I be cold too?
Are you in the nursery?
Yeah, you're in there in the nursery, Danny and Jamie. Yeah, the temperature is it's rapidly getting colder in here.
What's the
Wow, it's like
weather
really
supposed to be like
cold in here.
outside?
I will come keep y'all warm.
What
It's
time of
fine.
year
I was
is
gonna
it?
say time of
I
year.
didn't ask.
Summer?
Of course it
Summer
is.
with a new moon.
Well, Andy comes
In the-
in offering
heat
his
with no power.
assistance to keep me warm. I will walk out of the hallway and find someplace else to go. Is it warmer in the hallway?
I was going to offer my jacket, but if you're going to keep walking away, man,
I've heard what happens when you give a girl your jacket.
fuck it. I'm going downstairs.
Yeah, they have to go to the doctor. Like, what are you hitting at here?
Something
itching,
about
I don't know.
penicillin. I mean,
You know, if they're fighting, I'm just gonna, you know,
I'm
not
going
fighting.
downstairs. I'm walking away from it.
go over into
My
this
head
room
hurts.
with them and hang out with them.
Is it warmer in the hallway?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's
Why
going
you
on.
want to? I mean, do you want to kind of walk back and forth?
I'm testing the difference in temperature between the room and the hall.
Yeah. After a couple of moments, the nursery feels normal.
Is there a cold feeling anywhere else?
Danny's
after
still
that?
asleep.
Like it's moving, or it just dissipates?
It just went away. It was probably in their head. You know, kind of like a reverse hot flash or something. You're guys. What the hell do you know?
Legitimate.
I figured you'd be okay with that.
Okay,
That checks out.
whatever that was,
I'm
I'm
18-year-old,
going
I
back to
remember.
sleep. I am
Flashes.
replacing my face mask and laying.
Okay.
I am, on the other hand, not going to go back to sleep.
Can't sleep.
No. Something is causing me not to want to go back to sleep.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm gonna
Terry,
sit-
Probably
there's,
got some images flashing through my head right now that I keep trying to get rid of, but they're not going away.
You think if you stop thinking about them,
I'd talk to you about it if I knew.
Yes, but I'm not going to be a freak, so you're not going to know.
I'm a very understanding person.
So where Andy's what? Just hanging out in the closet?
Yeah, I went and plopped down in the floor of a closet, and I'm just like.
Ronnie apparently likes closets.
Are you
No
going to find a
judgment.
skirt in there? Are you pooping? What's happening?
No skirts. I ain't got the shits yet, but still early.
What the hell? Closets and shit. What the hell?
All right. So you guys have been here for quite a while, and I think we're at the point where this darkness has gotten so bad that your eyes just can't adjust to the darkness. So I'm going to go ahead and change that.
Okay, what about sounds in the house?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's put your eyes here.
There are some. Good job. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. What are you
Well,
thinking for the sounds?
When you can't see anything, then and you start hearing different sounds, your mind starts playing tricks on you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine with normal people who don't have.
Deafening silence.
Well, there's that, and then every little creak in the boards might sound like somebody walking down the hallway, even though there's nobody there. The house
the
settling.
wind on the outside, the branches scratching against the house.
Yeah, things
Guys,
like
let's
that.
just help him freak us out. This is good.
You know, maybe the
How about
tiles
the
on
aspect
the
of
roof.
that's not the house settling?
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The tiles on the roof are flapping and sound completely different. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Periodically you might hear like the wind goes through maybe it's not what it is, but it could be the wind going through a hole and you get a strange noise out of it.
You know, it was probably the wind going through the thin boards that made that room so cold for a minute.
Yeah.
It was
Maybe
probably
there's
just that.
Maybe there's a smell from outside permeating in that just smells terrible.
Guys,
That's just
what are we
Andy.
doing here?
I mean, what are we doing here?
I'm just
It's
gonna.
my honeysuckle.
So
I'm
my
just-
character has a book in its pocket in the picture. Is that accurate?
Has a what?
A book in his pocket in the picture? Like his book of whatever
Yeah,
words from
probably.
the shepherd?
Sure.
Okay, I'm just going to sit in the dark next to Chris and hold that.
Yeah, I
door.
mean, your eyes can't adjust to the darkness, so you can't really read it.
No, but I
And
You
just
also-
candle's
have it-
getting awful.
I
low.
have it with me.
Yeah, you have your holy symbol around your neck too.
I'm just gonna start mumbling. That wasn't a prank. That wasn't a prank. That wasn't a prank.
Are
I
you
didn't-
mumbling loud enough for someone to
Well,
hear?
you're sitting pretty close.
Well,
I'm
you're
sure
right next to me,
hearing.
so you would hear me. Yeah.
Well, there's a difference between. And that wasn't a prank. That was, you know what I mean? Like, Which are you going for here? I'm gonna.
Oh, you can definitely hear me if you're sitting beside me, but I'm not talking loud enough that everyone could hear me.
A little closer and just kind of tap your shoulder a little bit. Chris.
It wasn't a prank. It wasn't a prank.
What wasn't a prank?
It wasn't a
prank.
prank.
What did you see?
It wasn't a prank. It wasn't a prank. It wasn't a prank.
All right. Well, Chris is a goner. Panties on Monday? No.
Yeah. I'm good with it.
Yeah.
So, Jamie and Danny, what are the two of you doing right now? Just trying to get some sleep, or
I'm just trying to get some sleep with my sleep mask on, and every now and then I hear a noise and I wake up and I.
Okay. So you actually you hear, it sounds like Andy's coming up the stairs again and towards your room. He's pretty loud this time. I'm not sure why you're laughing.
I don't know either. It's a good time.
So Jamie, Danny, either of you doing anything about Andy?
If it sounds like he's coming towards the room, I'm like, Andy, I'm not interested.
Door opens. No Andy.
Well, not that I'd be able to tell in the dark, right?
Yeah, you don't see him. I guess you just can't see him. But you don't even see, any. Even though it's dark, you don't even really see like a silhouette there.
Do I? I have some people have like a sixth sense of feeling the presence of somebody nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Do we even get that?
I don't know. Or how closely are you looking?
So,
I'm just referring to regular senses, not
speaking from a female
senses.
perspective, since you're female in this thing, you always have that sense up when there's other dudes in the house that have been pursuing you in a way that you're not interested in.
Right.
That doesn't shut
nobody
down.
that way.
Oh yeah.
That
Are
doesn't
the
shut down.
shadows and the darkness making any images? Are your mind playing tricks on you?
So while you're kind of looking over there, all of a sudden, you see this figure and looks right at you. Danny isn't going to see the figure because,
Sleep mask.
sleep mask, so she's fine. You, however, all of a sudden, you see that figure clearly in the doorway. Literally just glides right over to you with the hands out and tries to grab you.
Oh yeah, she's screaming.
So I'm going to ask you to roll that good old mental defense.
Mental defense.
Discipline.
That's going to be your discipline.
Okay,
yes.
just making sure. Okay. Let's try to just finish it up. No, that ain't happening. That's a 3 difference,
So I'm not actually trying to give you stress right now aspect on you. I am trying to basically scare you out of this room. So I am going to give you an aspect called forced to flee. And if you'd like to give into that aspect of forced to flee, I'll also
right
give
into
you
Andy's
a point
arms.
for it.
and this is going to be an aspect I need to take?
It's a temporary one.
Oh, okay.
So
I will
there's a
take
spot
it.
on the sheet here.
If there's a clear spot to get around this thing and get it the hell out of the room, I'm going to take it.
Yep, there's a spot right here where it says temporary aspect. So I'm going to go ahead and add forced to flee. So you may take a point as Jamie runs screaming from the room.
All right, and that's a fate.
Yep. So you all hear Jamie screaming as she's running down the stairs.
I bet she saw him.
You
Did
don't
you see
have
him?
to. You don't have to leave the house if you don't want to, though.
Didn't you?
I sit up with
Well,
my
would
mask on.
would I know what room they were in? Would I rather just run to a room with more people in it?
Yeah, you can try that.
Because that's what I'll do is try to run to a room down here with more
Okay.
people in it.
Did you just
Did you see him? Did you see him? Did you
leave
see him?
Danny in the room?
What's going on?
Will you people please let me sleep?
Oh shit! I left Danny.
So you
He's gonna
pulled
get
the
her.
mask off, right? Then
I am now, yeah.
all right.
Yeah, this-
So again, pitch black in here, and then suddenly this same creature appears right in front of Danny, and basically kind of gives the equivalent of this growl as his face distorts and his hands reach out towards you.
Oh, I'm out of there. I am out of there without even rolling. I'm out of there.
Okay, now
I will spend a fate point
no.
to run the fuck out of the room.
So you have just stumbled upon. There is something in the Fate game where if someone's going to take you out, right? You're going to get a mental attack and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
You can actually say no before dice hit the table. No, Rod, I concede. Now, when I take you out, I get to decide how I take you out.
Okay.
When you concede, you get to decide.
Ooh, okay.
Right? So before dice hit the table, you're like, I'm noping out right now, and
Yep.
it can be
running down the stairs.
like into Andy's arms.
Yeah, probably.
Oh wow, it was that bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So hey,
I
Andy, you have
believe in
company.
ghosts, just not that much.
And I am babbling something about I left Danny there. Self-preservation, I guess, kicked in.
Yeah, it really did.
Did you see him?
Danny, you hear Danny runs down the stairs a moment later, screaming.
Did you see him? Did you see him? You saw him, right?
I'm
Did
going to
you
look
see him?
out the door to where she would have come running from.
Describe what I saw.
You saw him. You saw Jerome Cranston. You saw him, right?
Would I in my research earlier in the day, would I have seen a picture of what Cranston looked like?
Yeah, that would probably have been in the newspaper.
Did this thing look like him?
No. This thing was way too decomposed to be him.
Oh, well.
I mean, unless he had decomposed, in which case, yes.
I mean, it was on microfiche film, so
Right.
probably by now.
It was probably him.
I'll say I don't know. I don't know if it
it
was him or not. Because the only picture I saw of him, he was living. This thing wasn't living.
You saw him, though, right? You saw him. You totally saw him.
I saw someone.
Saw who?
I think you two are going crazy.
No.
Andy, what the hell are you doing?
Cranston was here.
This is their house, but I think you two are just going crazy.
No.
I
He
know
was here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Maybe
he's going
we
crazy.
should just take a deep breath and go downstairs.
You go into the nursery then.
I said
Don't
downstairs.
go in the
I said
nursery.
nothing about nursery.
I didn't say you. I said him, not you.
No, don't go in the nursery.
Yeah, we're
Totally.
all.
You should totally go in the
toolbox and
nursery.
go in the
If you think
nursery.
I'm crazy. If you think I'm crazy, you go in the
I
nursery.
just get up and
Are you going in the nursery?
I take the toolbox with me, and I go
I grab
into the
your
nursery.
arm as you start to walk past me. Don't go in there.
Look, I'm just going to make sure that we're safe. It's going to be okay.
go in there.
Trust me. And
How
I'm going
about
to
you
hold
three
that
just
symbol that's around
stay
my
there?
neck in the
Why
picture.
are all boys so freaking pig-headed?
Just stay there.
Andy, what are you doing down here?
I'm totally with you on that one. I'm totally with
Mike,
you, Jamie.
are you looking for things?
I'm gonna walk down and I'm gonna, under my breath, I'm gonna, try and speak with the dead or speak to the dead, and
Yeah. Well, before you guys go down, let me put you back over here.
take myself back to the door.
Yeah, and go ahead. Give me your roll for looking.
So finding the undead or whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty easy for you.
Scooby-Doo didn't prepare me for this.
So would that be investigation, alertness?
And in
What
fact,
Super.
I'm not even. He doesn't realize you can see him. So you see Jerome Cranston standing in the doorway.
Is he defensively blocking the nursery?
It does seem to be that yes, he's blocking the nursery.
Okay, I'm gonna stay here. Just I'll check things out. You guys just stay fine. And I'm gonna
He's gonna die.
non-aggressively, hands up in front of me. Just I'm gonna get about here, and I'm gonna lowly, quietly ask, Is there an issue? What can we do? I'm going to talk to him and continue
Andy's
to
leaving a girl alone in
slowly
the closet?
approach him.
Andy's leaving the rich girl alone in the closet? What the hell's wrong with him?
And it just kind of, you hear back in this
Big,
sepulchral voice.
Scary thing.
Get out.
So I can see Mike. Do I see
No,
the
you
specter?
don't. You don't.
Okay, so I'm going to come up behind
and
Mike.
then as you're doing that, right, as you're walking up behind him, Mike, it looks like he just kind of pulls his hand up, and it's like this axe just kind of materializes there.
I'll put my hand back at Terry, like, stop. Let's go get the others, and let's leave this place. And I'll just, non-aggressively come forward and go down the stairs.
Okay.
But the others are back in the guest bedroom, right?
I told you to go get them.
So you're piecing out.
Fuck yeah. It's just like, okay, no, it's fine. It's like, we're leaving. And,
So
I said that and you would have heard me.
Jamie,
It's like, they're
Chris?
just,
No.
it's like when I was going down, it's like, he's going to get the others and we're going to go away. And she's like, fuck this shit.
I think we need to go downstairs because there's the nursery is
going anywhere
not
near that
a
room.
welcoming presence. We need to go downstairs. I'll stay in front of you.
You don't want to go up there, Andy. No, just stop. I'm going to grab his arm as he tries to go past.
No.
Really?
Scary.
You know better.
Yep.
What the hell's going on? No one's saying anything. Danny ain't
Scary
saying nothing.
thing. Scary thing.
So I will take my candle that I put out when we tried to sleep, I'm assuming.
Just don't. Okay,
What is going on?
Stay down
I would
here.
like to light my candle in the hallway and leave it on the ground here.
Okay.
So that way, okay, look, the hallway's lit. Come down the stairs. I'm yelling towards the guest bedroom. I'm keeping my back to the nursery, but I am holding my my necklace with the holy symbol on it that was in the picture.
Peeking out the room, do I see anything other than Terry?
You see Terry and the light from the candle.
I'll stay right along this wall.
On
Run
the
downstairs.
wall.
As soon as I get to the stairs, I run downstairs.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be like hiding
So real
on the
quick,
stairs
you are
and just
going
be like,
past that
come on.
open doorway there, right?
That
This one?
storage room.
Yeah,
haven't
the
moved.
storage room.
The door's still open, isn't
Well, because you were describing yourself as kind of back to the wall.
it? Yeah, I am.
So what do you do when you get to the open doorway?
Jump to the other side of it real quick.
Get sucked into the room. No.
Unless something reaches out and catches Jamie, she's going to jump to the other side of the doorway and continue down the hall.
She's fine. She's fine. Is anyone helping Chris? Which, by the way, at any time, Chris can, the shock stays with you, and it may come back to haunt you. No pun intended. It may come back to haunt you later, but you're still capable.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
So,
Hey, I'm staying in the house all night. Y'all
Well, we are
scaredy cats
too,
wanna
but just
go.
downstairs.
Is Cranston still in the doorway? As it's like I stopped Andy and I went back up the stairs and it's like, come on down, guys. Just
No, he is not there.
Yeah. So I'm
Chris.
going back upstairs because
That's fine.
Chris,
no one
come
told
on,
me
we
what
gotta.
to do.
Let's just go downstairs. You can't
I love this.
simultaneously be like rocking yourself saying it's not a prank and then
All
no,
the
I'm not
guys
scared.
have left
Come
the
on,
two
let's go.
scared
Come on.
girls downstairs. Great.
I've had it.
Love
I'm
it.
gonna grab Terry and just be like, come on. And as I pull you in close, it's like, fucker has an axe. Let's go.
Yeah, but I can't leave. Chris.
I can't.
Take your ass downstairs.
And I let go and I
Well,
go
then
downstairs.
you go.
I'm going.
staying.
I'm going.
Scary thing. Scary thing.
Chris, what the hell's going on?
Scary thing. Scary thing.
At this point in time, I think Jamie and Danny are probably holding each other, just trying to.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's fine.
Help
You're
me.
friends
What?
now.
What is going on? Everyone's screaming. Everyone's
Jamie, you have a
complaining
friend.
about something about an
Girls
axe,
will
a
let them
ghost.
die.
Andy, you haven't seen any of this, have you?
No, that's why I'm like, what the hell's going on? So like, I'm
So-
up here with Chris trying to figure out why are you sitting in
Even
the
Chris
corner?
seems disturbed. More so than usual.
So I'm like, what's going on?
Nothing, man. Just nothing.
Then why are you still sitting here?
Yeah, because this is where I'm sleeping tonight. That's why.
Apparently no one else is sleeping, so
Well, they cannot sleep. I don't give a shit.
what are we doing for the rest of the night? Because we're not going to sleep.
Seance? No. I walk to about here in the hallway, and I sit with my back against the wall, against that master bedroom there, and next to the candle. And if Chris isn't going to leave, I'm not going to abandon somebody up here.
You're not going to abandon them.
No, I'm going to definitely be here in case they need me, and try and stay awake and keep vigilant, because
I'll leave them to die.
Terry, what happened? Like, Chris ain't saying nothing. The girls are screaming.
Look, sometimes people have been seen up here. Like, I know you don't believe, and I understand you don't believe.
Seeing what?
Evidently, there was a man with an axe who was threatening to hurt us for being in the nursery. We don't know if it was a protective thing or a I'm gonna murder you for nothing thing.
Okay.
I don't know.
Whatever. Let me just go look. And so I will go back into the nursery.
Okay.
Okay.
Look and see if I see anything.
No.
So poke my head back up. Oh my God. There's nothing.
And that's okay. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Look, why don't you? Why don't you sit with me in the hallway?
Stay with Chris. You stay with Chris.
Well, let's just talk. We haven't really talked. No one else is here. Your image doesn't matter here right now.
Listen, I'm leaving. I'm going to a new school next year.
Yeah, tell me about the new team.
None of this shit matters anymore.
Even if you're not here, I can still be supportive of what you're doing, man.
You were not supportive of me.
I am. You're the one who scoffed at what I was doing.
What are they doing?
You
Why
look
aren't
like
they coming
a freak.
Downstairs? Are they okay?
What do you mean I look like a freak? What do you
Oh, you're a shepherd. Hallelujah. I mean, I have an image.
I'm not so insecure that I can't handle people looking at me oddly from the outside.
I have an image to obtain because my parents are holding me to a higher standard.
They're dead.
Just take a minute and just listen to what he says. It's transcending.
Who?
The shepherd.
Who's the shepherd?
Is that what they're calling it nowadays?
I don't have time for this. I have SATs next week. I've got to worry about my school.
Look, I'm going to take out the book and the candlelight and be like, look, just listen to this. If you open your heart and your soul up, you'll know what you're supposed to do. Look, it makes it
I know
so
what I'm
much
supposed to
easier.
do. I'm supposed to graduate. I'm supposed to play quarterback in college. I know what I have to
And the
do.
only light in the entire freaking house is upstairs with him.
No.
Oath.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, you're right. It is. That room down there is
I'm
so
not going
dark.
up there. I am
Hey,
not going up
Listen.
Do you remember the rats that were skittering in the walls earlier?
Mm-hmm.
You think they might be back in those holes in the walls downstairs? Because
Oh,
you hear that
Oh, shit.
kind of
Terry, we can talk about this later.
scratching noise.
Look, if you ever want to just borrow the book, you can, but you should just come to a meeting with me.
You're my boy.
We just sit and talk.
You're my boy. We go back a long time. But
Which
Nice
way is
to
the
meet
no,
you.
I'm
door?
going downstairs. I'm
Which
going
way is the door?
downstairs. I need to check on these.
I'm at the base of
Girls.
the stairs, and
I'm
Okay.
staying here with Chris.
while you were up there, Jamie, you do a lot of cert research and whatnot, don't you?
Yeah.
Did you look anything up on this house before you came here?
Yeah. And I tell him the whole story about what actually happened in the house.
Okay.
Dun.
So basically the opposite of what you said.
The opposite of
But
what Chris
more.
said, yes. But I didn't want to be looked at as a geek, so I stayed quiet.
Yeah, so he wants us out of here. And I'm, telling you this. I think that's Cranston, and he doesn't want us here.
Then why are they still upstairs?
Because
Mike,
they're
what?
stupid,
Mike.
and they can die if they want to.
So like I'm walking down the stairs. I'm like, because I see Mike still at the top of the stairs or the bottom of the stairs. I'm like,
I'm at the bottom.
But you
What-
can't
what are
actually
you
see
talking
him. You
about?
have no light. You just
You
hear him
can't. You're
talking.
basically
but
having
I'm
to kind
talking.
of feel.
Well, yeah, I'm just talking. Like, I'm projecting.
Like,
my
if they're
emotions.
talking,
You'd hear
you
me
hear 'em.
quietly talking
Right.
to her.
And I'm like, Mike,
You know,
what are you
the
talking
only-
about?
Andy would probably not Andy. Danny would probably have a light if she were to use her phone. She's a wealthy girl. There's no way she doesn't have a phone.
Well, turn that damn thing on.
Battery's dead.
Oh. No. But it's not as bright as you think it should be. It's just so like the atmosphere here. Just
God, it's dark.
And you still hear that scratching from that one area of the wall.
Yeah, so,
Mike, dude, I've looked around up here. I don't see anything.
yeah, no, I think it's best if, it sounds like those rats are coming out of the walls.
Actually, you think you
Or something.
kind of might. Mike thinks he might see maybe something. Maybe like where the hole in the wall was, like where the rats were.
Mm-hmm.
As if there's something there.
As if there's a body crammed in the wall that is chopped up.
I don't know. You want to go look?
I'm going to be like, come here, Andy.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, and I'll like grab your shoulder, and it's like, we gotta be careful. There might be something. I'll have you like right next to me, but since I might see something, I'm gonna kind of have you a little bit to my side in front of me. You know, not really saying anything, but just like, I think it's over in this direction.
I haven't seen anything. Like, I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. I don't see anything. Like, what's the big deal, dude? Why are y'all freaking out?
As I get to that spot in the wall, what do I see anything? It's like there's something over here.
It's really, really dark and hard to see. So, I mean, what is Andy doing? Is he actually cooperating to go?
Absolutely. I mean, like, at this point, I'm confused. I don't hear or see anything.
I'm gonna.
Obviously, I'm not going to leave him unprotected. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna take my cell phone over to the hole in the wall and shine it in.
Okay. So you don't even get over all the way to the wall. When you shine it there, there is, and Mike, you've seen spirits manifesting. Like, you've never actually seen one in the process of crossing over from the Never Never into this world before. It's eerie. Just, it almost like you've seen them before, but this one, it almost seems to be like fully forming here at the hole in the wall. And as it does, bits of the remember I had said that like you could see the lathes and the bits of the wood falling off the wall?
Yep.
Bits of that seem to almost kind of stick to her skin as she lunges out at Andy.
Good thing I had a body shield. Am I the only one that had this?
This is fine.
Do I see this? And myself? Or does
we see this?
Other people?
Oh, yeah, you know, you all see it.
Perfect.
You just got a better view of it because you saw it as it starts to happen.
I'm going to be like, it looks like something's happening, and I'm like, my hand's still on him, but I'm backing away a little.
Yeah. So, this
I'm out for
is the
myself.
point where we are all going to roll some alertness.
Oh,
Perfect.
Boop.
that just came out of the wall.
So, yeah, I'm probably over here somewhere with Andy in front of me.
Oh, yeah, where's the wall? Is that the wall?
Yeah, right around here.
Oh, I'm here.
So, would I get my plus 2 to alertness?
Yes. You actually think this is kind of right underneath where that big hole was that you had reached into.
Okay.
In case that matters.
Oh,
In fact,
jeez, what the
I'll
hell?
even give you... This is kind of a layered view of the house.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, for a free
I
mod,
like
they
that.
actually did a decent job with some little things that you can use for handouts.
Gotcha.
That is awesome.
All right,
I like
so
it.
you said alertness.
Yep.
Yeah, I rolled okay. I
Yeah.
wanna say.
I rolled okay.
Tara and I did not.
I focused on my book
Excellent.
and on.
So I feel like because I'm always prepared that I was expecting something to come toward me.
So you want to be a little higher?
Yes. So I'm going to use a fate point.
Just taking a +2, or did you?
I'm going to do a +2 on my roll. Is that
Wow,
right?
Curtis.
Is that
Yeah,
correct?
I rolled okay.
Yeah, I think so.
So
now, unfortunately, this doesn't have a mechanism of putting it on the tracker, so I'm going to have to ask you guys what you got.
Rod, so that would be a 2 bonus before I roll?
You can do a 2 bonus or re-roll.
Okay.
So where
I haven't rolled yet. That's why I was asking. So
yeah, what's your total?
So right now it is...
Oh, you haven't rolled at all.
No, that's what I was going to say. Is it before I roll or...
It's after you roll.
I'm going to re-roll.
I would do that as a re-roll.
It's like, it's either a 0 or...
I'll take a 0.
It's a +2.
Actually, yeah.
I'll take a 0.
Hey, yeah, okay.
Jamie, you're right.
How did Jamie do? -1, huh?
Yeah.
And Terry, what did Terry end up with?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm reading my book. I'm paying attention to Chris. I'm not really focused on.
No, of course not. But what was your what are you?
-1.
Oh, yeah, that's poor. How about Danny? How is Danny looking?
Looks like Danny got a 3.
I got a 3 +3.
Okay. And I also need to roll, don't I?
Yeah.
It's like, Jamie,
If
you're
you want
right.
to.
She's in the walls.
Well, that gives me a 2.
It doesn't matter.
But you know what?
She ain't responded.
So this is something that I didn't tell you guys yet. That the DM also gets a stack of fate points.
Yeah.
Figures.
Yep.
Oh crap!
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put those on the board.
Compel you to. No, I'm just kidding.
So there's how many of you are there? 6.
Power of Andy compels you.
That's right.
Now, are you re-rolling that, or are you going to use...
I'm just going to take a +2.
I just figured, aspect, that's not the house settling.
That's exactly it. That's the exact one I was getting ready to use. That's not the house settling.
Oh my god.
That's where you went over. So, I'm going to change my 2 to a 4.
Oh, fuck.
So, Mike...
Yeah.
You are free to do something first. What would you like to do?
Run.
Communicate with it.
She looks angry.
We mean you no harm.
We come in peace.
Can you give us time to leave?
I'm not wearing panties. To school.
Wait a minute.
I am, and they may be... I should have worn my brown pants. Let's go with that.
It's after 9 o'clock most places. You're fine. And good to know. I want to kind of do a Jane Cobb. I'll be in my bunk.
But yeah, I'm going to try and be like, can you just give us time to get all these idiots and we'll just leave?
So are you trying to place an aspect? So typically, once we get into combat, and I'm trying to see, is this on the sheet that we had looked at earlier? Yeah. So on that second different sheet, it'll show in a conflict, we're usually looking at attack, maneuver, block, and sprint. Sprint is quite literally I'm trying to move from zone to zone. Maneuver is I want to put an aspect on the scene. Block would be I am trying to keep her from killing Andy, which is going to be a little hard because of where you are. But you could do some sort of maneuver of I'm trying to distract her with my words that Andy might be able to use when he tries to defend himself in a couple ticks of the initiative.
I have my Infuriate, which is a +2 to any roll to get someone deliberately angry with me. Any consequence or temporary aspects must name me as the source of their target of anger.
So give me okay. So try to infuriate me. Go for it.
Okay, good thing I got rid of intimidation.
Did you?
Yeah, it was low anyway.
Just tell it it's
So it's
I'm sure you'll be fine.
But I get a +2 on that
You
roll.
get a +2.
So yeah, I'm trying to confuse her and just
Yeah, go for it.
whatnot. Okay, average. And
Is
can I only do
that
that?
counting your? That is counting
That's
your
my
plus
+2. That's
Your
my
+2. Okay.
Yep. It's a +0 normally, so.
Okay. Now, remember, you guys have aspects. You have a whole bunch here that you've discovered, as well as the ones that your characters have.
The veil is thin.
Okay.
I have that.
So tell me how the veil being thin is going to help you make her angry.
It took her so long to get through the veil
Okay.
that she had to push so hard to get back into her house.
Okay. And she's blaming you for that.
Yes.
Okay.
Since I'm the one that can really
so that
see them.
That gets you to a 3.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I don't think I should re-roll that. I'll just take that roll and make it it's a 3.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's you rolled a -1. If you roll a -2, that's when the odds say do a re-roll. A -1, it's iffy. It's just a little iffy. So a 3 though is typically for an aspect that's usually about the number you're looking for. So you want her to be angry with Mike.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to give her the angry with Mike aspect.
Okay. And is that all I can do?
Yeah, that would be your action. Yep, that'd be your
That's
action.
fine. I'll take it. And yeah, I'll just.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. So she basically just kind of, circles around Andy. And at this point, even as she's coming out, you guys see the spirit, you see the wood attached to it, and she is trying to, the way she's reaching in, it's almost like she's trying to stop your heart with her hand. And I forgot that she could do this.
Oh no,
I'm
I
sure
don't like
you'll be
that.
fine. No, you'll be fine.
I mean, you might go crazy, but you'll physically be fine.
I like my mental fineness as well.
I'm sure you do. So why don't you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
Give me that old discipline roll.
Okay. I don't think there's really anything I can do special on that, so no bonuses, just straight across. Superb, +5.
Okay. So now you're actually going to get something called spin. You have beaten her. So if you beat someone by 3 or more points, just dice, no fate points, no messing with any of that.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you have a kind of temporary hanging +1 of, you know what? Because she was so engrossed with me, this other person's getting a +1, or I'm going to get a +1. Usually to an attack or defense or something like that.
Handy dandy.
Yep. So I'm just going to put a little spin +1 here so that we remember that we have it.
Yep.
All right.
And I can give that to myself or anyone?
Yeah.
Before or after the roll?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I'll take it.
It's a pretty loose system with a lot of stuff. Now, I'm not going to tell you the difficulty until after you've given me your final total most of the time.
Yeah.
So, but it's still pretty player-friendly system.
It's going to help if shit hits the fan and someone gets hit by a big number, because that 2 to 4 and 4 to 6 is pretty nasty. So it's like that could help take that down an entire notch.
Absolutely. All right, Andy, what do you want to do?
I don't know what the hell I'm looking at.
Hey, let me show you again.
No, I mean, I see it. I see it.
That's okay.
So,
okay.
The athlete in me is like, I'm gonna beat this thing's ass. So I'm gonna try to punch the ever living shit out of it.
Okay,
and I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna do it the hard way because I gotta make everything look. I'm gonna be trying to
Remember, you can always roll. You can always use the fate point after your roll.
Right. So athletics.
Yeah, it is athletics. Yes, if you are physically attacking, it is athletics. Oh no, I'm sorry. I said athletics. That's
just kidding.
You're gonna roll fight. You see the skill where it says fight
or fist.
Fist.
It says fists, not Oh yeah, I forgot they named it in a different edition. I haven't run this in a while. So that's okay. Only what, like a point or two lower for you?
It would be a +1.
It's higher.
No, so
it's
athletics. Athletics is my great skill.
Yeah.
The average is fist, which is fine.
So you have a 1. That's okay. I also have a 1, so you've technically hit me.
Okay.
Now, where you look at the difference for how much physical damage I'm going to take. And if you have a weapon, weapons have a rating that they add additional stress.
Right. Well, these are definitely weapons.
Fisticuffs, yeah. So, you kind of punch a little bit of the wood. Now, you can always say, I'm doing it the hard way, kicking, breaking boards. and still put some extra points on that to be above a 1, and I'll still take the difference in stress. That's up to you.
Okay, so yeah, I would do it. I would do it.
Or
the
you
hard
can
way.
use that point of spin if Curtis gives it to you.
No, I would do it the hard way and just like spin kick the crap out of it, trying to make it look good.
So
you're trying to impress the group.
Were you asking if the guy who said "I'll let them all die" is going to give his point away?
Hey, I mean, if you guys are just gonna stay upstairs with someone that I told you is wielding an axe, that's on you.
Okay. Oh hell no!
So the difference is 2.
Yep. So you do that. So now the difference is 2, and you smash pieces of the wood, and bits of the wood go flying.
Okay.
But her incorporeal form doesn't appear to be affected.
Gotcha. What the hell? Y'all,
right? Like one of your hands went through her,
right?
Taking out a piece of that wood.
What the?
So yeah, you don't think you hurt her.
Okay.
Hey, Chris, you hear it? Oh, how did we get Danny out of order here? What would Danny like to do? I skipped her. I'm sorry. I don't know how I did that.
Oh, that's my fault.
What would Danny like to do about the ghost down here with you?
I'm still upstairs, right?
Yes. However, I skipped Danny. Danny should have gone after Maggie Cranston, and I skipped her. So, Michelle, what would Danny like to do?
Now, again,
if attacking is not always something you have to do. And in fact, in Fate, placing aspects and getting a whole bunch going, and then all of a sudden doing a single attack and hitting all the aspects and be like, hey, I just used these 4 aspects. I'm going to take a +8 on this.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So placing aspects, adding to the story is almost always the way to go.
Fear overcomes me is an aspect.
Okay.
Let's go with attacking spirit. That is angry.
Okay. But what are you trying to do to her to put the aspect on the scene?
Push her back.
Okay, so you're trying to repel her somehow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Push her back into the wall.
What are you using to do that? Does Danny have I don't think she has faith, right?
No.
But you have conviction.
I do.
Right, which is basically a form of faith. What does Danny believe in?
Danny believes that she can beat anything's ass because she's rich. She is a spoiled brat.
So she believes in money.
Yeah.
You don't throw your credit card at it?
Yeah.
Go get you some nice clothes and maybe a makeover. You're looking a little pale.
Let's see how things go.
Okay. +3.
Okay. So you can place an aspect on the scene, right? Of you are trying to kind of force her away from you.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll call it what, repulsed? That work for you?
Yeah, okay.
All right, so we'll call it repulsed and put the token over there so that you guys know it's there. And now we're up to Chris. We're back in the initiative order where we should be.
Well, I'm upstairs, so.
That's true, but you can always start to head downstairs.
Why would I do that?
I don't know.
Can we hear anything that's going on?
Oh yeah. I don't think they're quiet. And I mean, the ghost did scream at them when she attacked. So, yes.
I don't know that I can do anything about a ghost, though.
I don't know that you can either.
I left my proton pack at home.
I mean, I'm safe where I'm at.
This is true.
I got my flashlight,
Sitting
I'm good.
safely. Yeah. All right, Jamie, you're down here in this mess.
Mm-hmm.
This is clearly something going. What do you want to do?
Get the fuck out of there.
You're leaving the house.
Well, I'm gonna leave that room and make my way towards the kitchen.
Okay.
Self-preservation.
So basically, the sprinting action of I'm out of here.
I've read.
And
this
to be
book
fair,
before.
you never agreed to the bet.
I'm just going with the aspects I have. Self-preservation, forced to flee. I think I've probably read this book before. I know what happens in the end.
So you're basically gonna take yourself out of this scene for a little while.
I don't know if there's anything I could do. Maybe with the pictures and stuff, would I have assumed or sensed that this is the maddened mother by any chance?
You get that feeling that this is the maddened mother,
and
yes.
And of course the dress was
and
hers
that is
as well.
In fact an aspect on her as opposed to one that's on the house. That's hers.
And so was the happy marriage, I'm assuming too, right?
I mean, you don't look happy.
Yeah, but I mean, in the vision I had when I held the dress, is it her?
Yeah, you did. Yes. Obviously, this here is the undead version of her.
What would I do? Shit. Maybe I would try to talk her down somehow, remind her of the happiness she had at one point in time.
Okay.
And I don't know if books are my escape would ever give me any kind of knowledge, like any stories I've read that would help me out with this at all.
I don't know, but let's see how your roll goes first.
All right, what am I rolling?
Are you trying to place an aspect on the scene or on her?
On her.
On her. Okay. So technically, then she's gonna get
like some sort of calming effect on her.
Okay.
We're not the enemy. The man upstairs with the axe is the enemy. So would that be a conviction?
In this case, it would actually be if you're trying to get her this would actually probably be. I'm trying to decide between rapport and empathy. Go for
probably.
I'm trying to decide between empathy and rapport.
Well, they're both the same.
Rapport is chit chat, closing down, first impressions, opening up, social defense, and empathy is reading people a shoulder to cry on. Social.
I'll go with empathy because that's what you are. You're trying to get her to kind of have a.
Yeah, well, that's
feel what you're. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're both the same, so it won't matter. Actually, I can bring one of those up to average, couldn't
I? You have. Let me see. I don't actually have your sheet open, but it's possible. Are you about to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I can't bring another one up to fair, but I can have 2 in average, correct?
You can have 4 at average.
Oh, can't I?
You haven't picked the last 4.
1 great, 2 good, 3 fair, 4 average.
It's a pyramid. It's supposed to be a skill pyramid, which is the easiest way to remember it.
Gotcha. Figured it. Okay, I'll take a look at it in a minute. All right, so with empathy, I will do that.
All right.
No plus for now. Oh, that's really interesting. So I guess I could use the happy marriage thing and pop 2 on that?
I don't know that you need to, Dan.
Okay.
Because you were trying to make her feel
less hostile towards us. That we're not the enemy. That we understand her pain, or I understand her pain from the visions I got. If that helps.
Okay, so a shared understanding.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and we'll put that on the map. Normally, I'm running this face-to-face, and I run through about a packet of index cards.
I was going to say, I can see Post-its being
it's
a big
index
thing.
cards, and then I actually have fate coins. They're little metal coins just on the things, and it's spread out onto the table, and people start, what do I need? Like, no, this one's done. Toss it. So, okay. So where were we? Terry, you hear all this going on downstairs. What do you want to do?
I am going to pick up my candle, and I'm going to head actually towards the nursery. And I would like to, before I actually go into the nursery, see if I notice a presence in that room at this point.
Not really.
I want to go pick up the bear.
That's up in the attic.
Oh, it's up in the attic. Then that's where I'm going. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Wrong room.
So do me a favor. I'm going to ask you for an athletics roll in this case, because you're moving between, instead of speed, we have zones.
Right.
You're moving between a couple of different zones, including going up. Let's see how fast you're going to be able to get up to the attic.
Because Andy, I think you said you yanked the ladder back down.
I did yank the ladder down because I was going to go up.
Yeah, because I put it up, and then you're like, well, someone put it up. Yank.
Oh,
That's
did
true.
you?
So the ladder is down.
The ladder is down.
That ladder's down. That'll be helpful. So, okay. You get up to the top of it.
Yeah.
Right? And you see the stuff, it's kind of in the back corner.
Yeah, I want to, like, if I'm hearing them, like, talk to this ghost, like, if I'm hearing Jamie, like, try and calm down this spirit talking about, like, better times and stuff, I'm going to try and bring back the only kind of nice things that we found in the house. So I'm grabbing a wedding dress and the teddy bear, and I'm going to try and, on my next turn, bring him downstairs.
Okay. All right. So we're going to be back to Mike. However, it's 5 after 11. I don't know what time we go until.
It's on you.
I kind of need to get going.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have to go pick up my car first thing in the morning.
Then we will go ahead and...
But we did say we were going to be most likely 2 sessions, right?
Right.
At least, yeah.
I think... Well, I'm...
It's your turn.
I mean, we get to the end. It's not like, hey, okay, what next?
No, that's it.
I mean, I'm going to do the John Travolta. What next? That was it. There's no next. So, all right. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far.
Oh,
it's
it's
been a
been
blast.
great.
This has been cool. Way
So
different from D&D. It
yes.
really is.
Right.
You know, and once you start to get the hang of how do I put an aspect down,
exactly.
how do I use them, yeah, it gets. Oh, and one other thing that you guys haven't even seen: when you get a consequence on something, that's an aspect that you get one free tag of. I have a friend who likes to call that the spiral of death. You get that one, and it just things just downhill rapidly. We'll see how things end up.
All right, and we will see next Friday, 7 o'clock, same time, to continue this. And don't forget, next Friday is also going to be the giveaway for the 100 followers for our Twitch channel. So tune in then and get involved in that giveaway. So there's nothing further that anybody would like to say before we ship out of here.
Wash your damn hands.
Wear a mask.
Wear a mask, wash your hands. Remember, we're all in this together.
Don't be
Love
selfish.
each other.
And love each other.
And Gen Con Online is starting at the end of the month. We're getting
And
free
of course,
passes.
Dragon Con is also going to be virtual this year as well. They just released
They've
that
canceled the Dragon Con.
Yeah, and I lost $300, like right at $300 for my condo
Hotel.
because
Non-refundable.
because it was Airbnb.
That sucks.
All good.
Do they not have the option to refund it?
They do, but they didn't.
They're probably thinking, oh, well, this guy's screwed anyway, so we'll
Yeah,
take
they're
advantage
losing money
of it.
hand over fist too.
Right. I mean,
Yeah,
I get it. I mean, I'm not.
It still sucks.
Fortunately, my hotel refunded me the almost $500 that we had
I was
laid
just
out.
say, I would think at minimum they would offer you to reschedule
it
it
back.
when it comes
So,
back around.
ladies and gentlemen, we will catch you next week.
Yep.
Good night,
Yes,
y'all.
goodbye,
Thank you.
everybody.